You see, they only shot 41%, but San Antonio and Houston are right there defensively. The foul shooting was a total disappointment, even though Portland is not a great foul shooting team. But when we look at the boards, that's what concerned the coaching staff. -8 rebounds to those two teams. Now you say, why? 2 years ago, best total rebounding team in this league. Last year, number 2. That was the big disappointment.
Now for Minnesota, they have new coach, first-year man, Jimmy Rogers, former Boston Celtic head coach, and quite frankly, they have not played well at all this year for Jimmy Rogers.
Well, you know, Jimmy Rogers does a tough job, right? You come in here, 9 guys have 3 years or less experience. You do not have a go-to guy. So anytime that you have a young ball club, what happens is low shooting percentages, and you have difficulty rebounding in this league. They play a lot of close ball games. They miss the open shot, or they do not make their foul shots. Tonight, though, let's see if this will be a big exam for them, if they're going to turn it around early in the season.
Well, they're happy to have TNT covering this game. They are 2-0 on TNT. Now, for Portland, they are 30-1 versus the expansion teams. Their only loss coming at the hands of Minnesota. Ernie Johnson comes back in our studios in Atlanta, then the lineups and the tip-off.
You made me love you. You made me want you.
You know you want the luscious taste of McDonald's Big Mac. Add fries and a Coke for a deal that's irresistible. The extra value meal at McDonald's today.
You know you made me love you.
And isn't it true that this auto part did, in fact, come from the defendant's car?
Objection. Prosecution is leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer the question.
This part most definitely came from that car.
And how can you be sure?
I work for Napa Auto Parts. It's my job to be sure.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Napa people are parts experts, so they can answer any question, whatever the case may be.
Because AT&T knows that you have news to share, and times to remember, and plans to be made, and stories to tell. Now your savings are better than ever before. 30% off calls from 5 to 10 p.m. for Reach Out America plan customers with an even discount for 2 full months this holiday season. So go ahead and enjoy. And if you don't have Reach Out America, call now and get 30% off. Only for you, only from us.
Sharp brings you the world of big events. The big bowl games, concerts, the championship games, the playoffs, title fights, hit movies, big events, big on Sharp Vision, the liquid crystal projection system with the 8-foot picture that makes you feel like you're there. Now, see Terminator 2 on Sharp Vision. See a demonstration, and you could win a trip to a Hollywood premiere and the Terminator's jacket. Buy Sharp Vision and get a $500 rebate. Sharp Vision. For information, call 1-800-B-SHARP.
The Blazers and Timberwolves will tip it off in just a few minutes here on TNT. Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio. A total of 9 players have been fined by the NBA for a fight during the Knicks-Pacers game on Wednesday night. It happened in the second quarter at Market Square Arena. Patrick Ewing threw a few punches at Detlef Schrempf and was docked $6,000 for being the aggressor. Schrempf was fined $1,000 for retaliating. Who else got tagged, you ask? I've got the answer for you. 7 other players fined $500 each for leaving the bench. Jackson, Oakley, McDaniel for New York, McLeod, Miller, Thompson, and Smits for Indiana. Now, in case you missed it last night, a great finish in Oakland. Warriors trailed by 3 to the Lakers. Time running out, Tom Tolbert swipes the pass. Golden State with a chance to tie, but Chris Mullin from three-point land, and the Warriors lost for just the second time in 8 tries, 115 to 112. In Cleveland, the Cavs won their second straight. Brad Daugherty scored 23, and he blocked 6 shots. That's a career high for him. Daugherty with 14 blocks in 7 games. And Sacramento beat Atlanta by 2, but folks, the story there, the hair. Dwayne Chinsis continues to sport perhaps the worst haircut, the worst in the history of organized sport. Of course, that's our opinion. We welcome yours. Let's go to the scoreboard. Boston with the lead in the second period over Philadelphia. Barkley's got 20 so far and 9 boards. It's New Jersey by 13 over Washington in the second. Miami, scalpers night off, leading Charlotte 32-26 in the second. In the first, Seattle with a 5-point lead over Indiana, and Utah and Detroit just tipping off at the Palace. Back at the half with updates and highlights, but straight ahead, the Blazers and the T-Wolves live from the Target Center next on TNT.
Tonight's NBA game is brought to you by Budweiser, with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. And by Jeep and Eagle, official vehicles of the NBA.
A high-output 4-liter engine. Anti-lock brakes. And shift on the fly full-time 4-wheel drive. Make Jeep Cherokee the ultimate vehicle for the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
Now drive for the gold and save $1,000 on new Jeep Cherokee.
You came, I was alone. I should have known you were temptation.
The tempting taste of McDonald's alluring quarter pounder with cheese. Add fries and a Coke for an irresistible deal. The extra value meal at McDonald's today.
Temptation, I am yours.
Alka-Seltzer's Laws of Indigestion, law number 12. The fewer people you know at a party, the more attached you become to the buffet table. For indigestion with headache, you need Alka-Seltzer, because there's no law against fast relief.
Coming on video cassette. It isn't easy getting a movie this big into a box this small. Arnold Schwarzenegger, E2, coming on video cassette. Ask your video store about purchasing previously viewed cassettes.
Here comes Barkley. Good speed to Coleman. What a beauty. Robertson. Larry Johnson driving for the hole.
Porter sets the drive. Lays it in. That's it. NBA action. That's sweet music to my ears.
They're still filing in the Target Center. A heat wave in Minneapolis today, 47 degrees. It was beautiful. As we look at tonight's Jeep Eagles starting lineups, both teams going with the same starters they have in the previous games. Minnesota coming in at 1-5. Portland at 4-3. The Blazers with Williams, Kersey, Duckworth, Drexler, and Porter. The Wolves have Sam Mitchell, Tyrone Corbin, Felton Spencer, Tony Campbell, and Pooh Richardson. Matchups right away, Hubie. What do you see there? Would be the key for both teams?
Well, I think that the Drexler-Campbell, you know, we should have a clashing of two talented guys who score a lot of points. And then I like that Kersey-Corbin. Kersey sets the tempo for Portland. He's the guy that gets out and does all the dirty work and gets things going with the great shot blocking and forces the break. Corbin is a very unsung hero here at Minnesota.
Well, neither team coming into the game shooting very well, but Minnesota atrocious. 39%. Have you ever seen this in all your years, Hubie, that no starter is shooting above 40%?
No, I've been around, you know, at least 19 years in this business, and I have never seen 5 guys under 40% at any time during the course of the year. And that explains why they've only scored 92 points. They're last in this league in scoring points, and they're right down there also in field goal percentage.
They're only averaging 92 points a game. Their opponent's 98. Portland, on the other hand, they're shooting 44% on the year, averaging 106 points a game. They haven't exactly been tearing it up offensively either, except the last 3 games for Rick Adelman.
Well, Rick has done an outstanding job. Last year, they get beat in the semifinals by the Lakers. Big upset. And the year before, they were in the finals versus Detroit. Took a lot of starch out of them losing to L.A. last year, but they should be back.
And there's Jimmy Rogers in his first season, a career record of 95 and 75. First 2 years with the Boston Celtics. Took over for Bill Musselman, who was released at the end of last year. And we are just about ready to play. Eddie F. Rush, Tommy Nunez, and Louis Grillo will be the officials for tonight's ball game. Talk about Rick Adelman and Portland losing in the Western Conference Finals to L.A. He said he didn't even watch the games. He taped them. And we are set. Spencer and Kersey jumping up, and Jerome Pooh Richardson will.
Now, in the first 2 years of Coach Musselman here in Minnesota, they would walk the ball up, take their time. Jimmy Rogers is trying to employ an up-tempo attack and spreading out the basketball and a selection of shots.
But is Jimmy Rogers finding out that maybe the talent doesn't fit that type of offense? Spencer, not known as an offensive power misses.
Remember the old key, Ron, is to get good shots. That's all you can ask.
Williams inside, can't get it. We have our first whistle of the ball game.
Now, you coach in Minnesota, you know you have a problem tonight because you're playing against one of the real beat fast break teams in this league, even after you score. So you know your transition defense must be there, and then you've got to do a great job on the defensive board. Here's a clear out for Kersey.
Kersey inside to Williams. He's going to have to throw it back out. 15 on the shot clock, a lot of time. Terry Porter right around. Pooh Richardson with a little acrobatic shot. Minnesota pushes the ball up quickly. Corbin from the outside, and we're knotted up at 2.
Well, you know, Portland was... I know you can always say, hey, they're trying to up-tempo, they're trying to up-tempo, but in the early going, sometimes you're not ready for it.
Drexler answers with his first 2. He's averaging 20 a game, and here comes Pooh again, quickly down. The hand goes up.
He's wide open.
Corbin pushes off, no foul, and he'll track down the rebound. Over Williams, in and out, but he gets the follow.
Now, they're averaging 17 offensive rebounds. 15 is a lot in this league. Now, I know they miss a lot of shots, Ron, because you can't shoot 39% that they shoot and not have a lot of offensive boards. But so far in the early going, I like the pace that they're coming back at Portland, and I also like no one has forced a shot.
Only one win for Minnesota this year. Buck Williams with his first 2. Their only win was over Sacramento, 84-80. Campbell pulls the off-balance trigger. Spencer inside for 2.
Now, Felton Spencer is an outstanding offensive rebounder. He has 25 offensive boards in the last 5 games. That's 5 per, and Dennis Rodman led this league with only 4, so that kind of puts you in a select group of people.
Rick Adelman said he's not dismayed or he's not overwhelmed by the fact that Minnesota has not shot well. Spencer comes down with the defensive rebound. He says, I'm nervous playing these guys because they've shot so poorly and they're due to break out of it. Mitchell, the baseline, in and out.
If they can keep up this tempo, this will be outstanding because you can see Portland is starting out this game very lethargic. They're just going through the motions.
Corbin battles for the rebound. Outlet to Richards.
There you go. Take it to the hole.
Over Duckworth for 2.
Anytime that you play a quality team, you must get easy shots, and you only get easy shots in 2 places, out on the fast break and in second shot opportunities.
First lead for Minnesota. Inside, Clyde Drexler draws the foul.
Anytime that you play Portland, whoever is playing the second guard position as Drexler, you are going to be posted. If Drexler is not in the flow on the fast break, they will immediately post him on your second guard, applying a lot of pressure to you. What you must do to him down on that box area is muscle him and knock him around before he gets the pass.
One of the most graceful athletes in the game. Clyde Drexler says he set his own personal goals this year. Field goal percentage, he wants to shoot in the 50s. He wants to be in the mid-80s from the free throw line. He's 100% this evening. We are tied up at 8, nearing the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Ron Poole and Hubie Brown and Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta. Keep you posted on other NBA action tonight. Corbin over Drexler. A long pass to Clyde off the glass for an easy 2. He has 6.
What we said earlier, that's an interesting matchup. Campbell and Drexler. Great move by Pooh Richards.
Kick it back out, gets it back in his hands. Back to Pooh. Has it blocked by Drexler, and he comes down with it again. Drexler with his 5th block of the year.
Nice pass.
Great pass, and inside, Sam Mitchell is hammered by Jerome Kersey.
What a beautiful pass. Now, at that time, Richardson had absolutely nothing. The shot clock going down. You're going to see him now. Once he makes his penetration, comes underneath. They keep him behind. Look at this court awareness. Excellent move. Good pump fake that time by Mitchell. You're looking at this ball club, and they do not have a lot of beef. Outside of Felton Spencer, their frontline people, meaning Corbin and Mitchell, are really slight of body. And when you're talking about posting up a team like the Portland Trailblazers, who have outstanding defensive forwards, they're in for a long night trying to post up.
Minnesota strong at the center position and point guard. Weak in the front line, however, at the forwards. Duckworth, Spencer leaning on him, the little left-handed baby hook. Spencer tips it away, outlet to Richardson.
3-on-3.
Booth shakes and banks. What a pass. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Count it.
As long as Pooh keeps this up, Ron, he's getting down in that lane, and when he kicks out, they must knock down the open shot.
Corbin with the steal.
Get it up, 3-on-3.
First turnover of the game. Richardson fakes left, dishes off to Mitchell off the glass. No offensive foul.
Good call that time. That was a nice drop-off. When you drop off the big guys, you're just hoping that they can, that once they make the catch, they're not too far away, because sometimes they put it on the floor and they cannot control their bodies.
That's Mitchell's second personal foul. Wolves by 2. There you saw the time left in the first quarter, 7:35. Drexler just quickly turns and just flips it up.
See, that can't happen in a game like this. There's no way that Campbell can get picked on a double screen and not even be in your picture by the time Drexler catches it, you know, and looks through a periscope to get the shot off.
He's 3 of 4. Campbell outside, nothing but net. Campbell's in the book with his first 2. He's the leading scorer for Minnesota this year, only averaging, though, 14 a game. Drexler for 3, doesn't get it. Porter tracks down the rebound.
Well, the coaching staff with Portland, they're concerned about shooting too quick in their offense. They'd like more than one pass. They'd like it to get to the second and third passes in the half-court offense.
On the bulletin board in their locker room prior to the game, it said, be patient offensively. Don't take the first, take a shot after the first pass. Over to Mitchell, looking inside for Spencer. Duckworth on him. Felton pivots around, no place to go, but he does get up the right hand.
They have 2 big bodies in there right now. Duckworth is at 280, and then you look at Felton Spencer, you know, you're talking about a guy 270.
And we've got a timeout as a foul was called. 6:19 left in the first quarter. The Wolves lead it by 2.
So I'm doing my sound check.
Hello, hello, hello.
And I hear this woman's voice.
Watch that last chord. I'll show you.
She grabbed the guitar.
And then she started rocking. No, I mean rocking.
You're pretty good.
Someone that hot deserves something this cold. Suddenly, I remember this was a bud spot.
I like your style.
So what do you think about that newly designed Eagle Talon?
You'd never catch me in a car like this.
But Talon does 0 to 60 faster than Nissan 240 SI.
Like I said.
Look, I'm the one who got the cash back on this Eagle Talon.
Yeah, but I'm the one who told you about the deal. Guys, what's $500 between friends? $250 apiece.
From the pages of history comes a bold saga spanning 2 compelling adventures. John Jakes the Bastard and the Rebels, a 2-night television event. Beginning Sunday on TNT.
Be careful with your life. There are too many people in this boat.
Who will stay and who will go? Tyrone Power decides. Abandoned ship. After the NBA on TNT.
Now, the big question in tonight's game is, can the Wolves keep up this tempo? Now, watch the stutter dribble. Now, a little reverse. Now, watch Drexler come over and help out. And then hitting the outside perimeter shooter. Now, if Pooh Richardson can continue that and break the defense down and force double coverage, that will open up those little 15 to 17-foot jump shots on the wing.
A couple of numbers. Pooh Richardson with 3 assists so far. Portland shooting 6 of 12. Minnesota 7 of 14, so both at 50%. And we've had 7 ties, and there you see the offensive rebounds. That foul was on Felton Spencer, his first, 13 foul. Cattleman said in the offseason they talked a lot about patience in the training camp offensively, and he doesn't buy it when people say that Portland was weak in the half-court game.
Well, he claims that all they did was they shot too quickly, and now that was a very nice move. See, anytime that you play the good teams, they pass into the post, and you'll always see that cutter come down the middle, and if you do not come to rotate, you have the layup. Unselfish play by Buck Williams.
Terry Porter anticipates the pass, takes it away from Richardson. Mitchell, but Terry takes it right inside for his 4th point of the ball game.
Good anticipation by Porter. He is not quick of foot, Rod, but he has excellent instincts and plays the passing lanes extremely well. This I expected to see a lot of this right here. Posting Tony Campbell.
Who fakes the 3, takes it inside the lane, has to dish it off. Campbell's shot won't go.
Who Richardson is finding the right people. Oh, my.
Drexler is hot tonight. He has 10.
See, Jimmy Rogers is all upset. Campbell has not been in any picture with Drexler putting the ball on the floor. He's just going right by him, and we're going to see Doug West coming into this game here. Or I would expect Tony Campbell right here.
Well, Campbell says, Coach, don't take me out yet. I can still score. He has 4. That stops a 6-0 Portland run. The Blazers still by 2 with 4:45 left in the first.
Now, this is interesting. See, they are not double-teaming the post guy. This guy's got a million moves.
Buck Williams right into his hand, and he puts it right back.
Buck's doing what he does well. Every year you put 1,000 rebounds next to his name, whether it was in New Jersey or with the Portland Trailblazers. He's the lunch pail guy.
You've got it. We've got a timeout. 4:28 left to be played in the first. The Blazers with their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 4.
Well, here it is, gentlemen. Top of the world. Now, I put my camera here. Your vehicle would face out over the cliffs. What do you think? Look, if you plan to claim your vehicle's as good as a Jeep, you really need this shot in your commercial. How are we going to get our vehicle up?
Helicopter.
We'll lift it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Great. Go down and make some calls.
It's going to be a great commercial.
Say life is a journey of 1,000 steps, and with every step, our needs change. Maybe sometime along the road of life, your steps led you to a foreign car. But frankly, I've reached a point in my life where it's time to step up in comfort and elegance to the all-new Oldsmobile 88 Royale. Re-engineered from the inside out for comfort and great performance.
And now get 2.9% financing on the 88 Royale.
Step up to the power of intelligent engineering. Test drive the new 88 Royale at your local Olds dealer.
With the highest resale value in its class and proven Honda reliability, the Accord truly is a safe place to put your money.
Welcome back to the Target Center, where the Portland Trailblazers come in as a very hot team. These are the numbers from the last 3 games. That margin of victory is impressive.
Well, they're all home games where they play extremely well. 36-5 there last year. Now, the points scored is the big thing. They average 119 at home. You usually, over the course of the season, they'll come in anywhere between 150 and 120 a game. You love the points allowed because they're one of the better defensive teams in this league.
Back to live action, where Portland leads at 22-18. We're about 4:20 away from the end of the first quarter. Checking into Minnesota's lineup, number 5, Doug West. We've got a whistle and a foul, and that will be called on Kersey. That is his second personal foul, and that is a player that Rick Adelman says, I tell you, this is a guy that goes out and gives it 100% all the time. He's always diving for balls, doing everything. It's a player that a lot of teams would love to have.
Well, second-round draft choice, a 6'7" center in college. And like Rick said, they run no plays for Jerome Kersey. And at playoff time, all he does is average 20 points a game.
Longwood College out of Virginia. Second-round pick back in '84. The 46th player chosen. Richardson lets it fly for 2, and he nails it.
Now, everything is from the perimeter right now, and if they're going to hang in this game, they're still going to have to get something down inside.
Todd Murphy also in Minnesota's lineup, wearing number 9, the fourth-year pro out of UC Irvine.
Right now, Terry Porter very upset on that. He's saying that, listen, I was tripped as I came around. Now, you're going to see it to the left on this replay. He's coming around a double screen, see? And now watch. As he makes his move, the leg was out, but the referee, rather than call an offensive foul knee to knee there, the defense was there, he called a travel.
Kersey sits down. Cliff Robinson checks into the lineup. Third-year pro out of Connecticut, wearing number 3, the customary red headband. Corbin looks inside for Murphy, who injured most of last year. Outlet to Porter. He has Drexler on the left. Duckworth right down the paint. Tries to dish it to Drexler. Portland still has it. With 16 on the shot clock.
Well, they tried to get a little too cute on that. You know, overpassing. The initial penetration. You had the shot. Take the shot. Don't try to pass it with 3 guys in the way defensively.
Some scores from around the NBA. Of course, we'll keep you updated as Randy Brewer checks in for Minnesota. Phelps Spencer sits down.
They love the one-on-one buck from right here. That's his favorite side.
Led the NBA in field goal percentage last year. Doesn't get this one to go. Outlet to Richardson. West is on the left. Murphy comes down the middle. Who pulls the trigger and drains it.
Now, they're doing everything outside of 15 feet, if you notice. And you got to compliment Portland because they are back. Their transition defense has 3 guys back every time.
Robinson has it knocked away, but Tyrell Corbin will be whistled for the foul. That is his second.
It's a tough matchup for Corbin, but he is a very, very hard worker. Now, you're going to see the replay. Cliff Robinson is 6'10" and very, very talented. See, Corbin cannot continue to play behind him. He's either got to play on the side of the pass or even front Robinson, but try not to give him the same look every time down the floor.
Gerald Glass will have to come into the lineup. Corbin sits down. Glass, the second-year pro out of Mississippi at 6'6", 221 pounds.
Well, they've got to go right into Robinson on the other side. It'd be interesting to see if Glass can play him.
Drexler over West. Doesn't get it. Murphy pulls down the board. The outlet to Richardson. Tied up at 22. 2:22 left to be played in the first. Danny Ainge set to check into Portland's lineup.
There's your double teams. Anytime you beat a Portland guy off the dribble, you'll see 2 guys right on him.
Glass off the glass. Was played in 6 games for Minnesota. As Minnesota on an 8-2 run, they turn it over again. Turnover number 3 for the Blazers. West inside, count the basket. He draws the foul.
Now this guy is an athlete. Now he's been injured in his career. Out of Villanova. You know, he blossomed. They were looking for him to be, you know, more of a contributor at Villanova. But he did a nice job. Now, here he is. He can really run the floor. Jimmy Rogers told us today they think that he has a great deal of potential. Because they want to play up-tempo, you can take advantage of him. Plus, he's a good perimeter shooter.
They say he's the best athlete on the team. He's just needs some minutes. Now, the Wolves with their biggest lead of the game. It's 5. Duckworth on Brewer. The left hand goes, and it comes out.
He's throwing up 3 beautiful, soft lefty hooks.
Move for 3, doesn't get it. Ainge into the lineup. Gattelman said he wants to see Danny Ainge get some minutes this year as Cliff Robinson and really step up and do the job for him if we have a foul.
So you look at the Portland offense right now. Any time that Portland throws the ball down into the pivot, they play them one-on-one. They can get any shot they want. Any time that Portland goes off the dribble, there is no double teaming, and you can get to the basket, Ron, and be fouled by your defender. And I will think that, you know, Rick on the sideline over there right now, you know, he's tolerating this early peaks and valley type of play. They are not out here running full throttle at 100%.
Mark Bryant checks into the lineup. Buck Williams sits down for Portland. Scotty Brooks checks in for Minnesota. Who Richardson sits down. That's the first point in 3 minutes for Portland.
Now, you see the second unit on the floor for the Wolves. Last year, they would never get any time. You know, everything was to the first group. Now, the fans kind of like it because you're trying to develop 10 guys, and that's what Jimmy Rogers has done.
We asked him today if he's going to go back to just playing 7 guys. He says, no, I'm going to stick with it. Glass, little baseline bunny shot, doesn't get it. Brewer with the return, can't get it to go. 3 Timberwolves players last year played over 3,100 minutes. They would have had a 4th. But injuries, that's incredible. 3,100 minutes for 3 players.
Well, you just think about it. That's close to 40 minutes a game.
Bryant battling Murphy inside. Drexler's cut off. Robinson short on the jumper. Here comes Scotty Brooks. They like him to push it up.
Nice.
To the glass again for 2.
Scotty Brooks just threaded a needle, Ron. That was a very tough pass. And then a nice catch by Gerald Glass. Was not intimidated that Drexler was back. Now, you just watching your screen. When he makes his decision, here comes Drexler. Drexler is a shot blocker. All right, now, he did not get away with that bump. I'm surprised that he did that. I would have allowed Glass to take the shot, and with his athletic talent, probably would have blocked it as it was up over the rim.
Drexler has to sit down. Robert Pack, the rookie out of USC, comes into the lineup. Glass completes the 3-point play. Has 2 3-point plays, 6 points for the ball game.
Now, Robert Pack is a great story because he has pushed Danny Young out of the rotation, and he came in here as a free agent out of USC.
Glass whistling for the foul. That'll be his first personal foul. I'd like to remind you at the conclusion of tonight's game, UB Brown and I will be selecting the Budweiser Player of the Game. And Jimmy Rogers has to like what he sees, up by 6 with 16.6 left.
Well, he likes his offense, but his defense one-on-one is extremely poor. But then again, we must remember who they are guarding. They are guarding a very, very talented team.
From top to bottom.
Well, you know, a lot of people in this league feel that 1 through 5, their starting unit, there is no better starting unit in the league.
Coach Adelman was very adamant about that today, saying, I'll take my guys anytime. Clyde 6 of 6 from the line. Final 10 seconds of the first. West on Age. Better look up at the clock. Brewer will take it with 2. Doesn't get it. Brooks throws it up at the buzzer. It won't go. 12 minutes have been played at the Target Center. A good one for Minnesota. They lead the Portland Trailblazers 30-26. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in a moment.
What's better than 1 Western Wrangler? 2 Western Wranglers. And what's better than 1 rip-roaring, gun-slinging shootout? You guessed it, daily back-to-back Western double feature. Beginning Monday at noon on TNT.
The Lexus Coupe can be equipped with a cellular phone that allows you to dial, answer, and hang up without ever letting go of the wheel. Proving once you get your hands on a Lexus, they tend to stay that way.
You can fill your whole Christmas list right here.
We're Santa's little helpers.
Just ask Ace.
Yeah.
Ace indoor-outdoor Christmas lights are just $2.99 a set. The Hamilton Beach hand blender is only $14.99.
Hey, Ace is the place.
Follow along.
Coming on video cassette. It isn't easy getting a movie this big into a box this small. Arnold Schwarzenegger, T2, coming on video cassette. Ask your video store about purchasing previously viewed cassettes.
For the battery that performs 3 times better than industry standards, you've got to get to Sears.
Out here, you don't have a diehard, you don't have a prayer.
Sears Die Hard. More power when you need it most.
Who's going to back it better than Sears?
The Allstate agent who helps insure your home can give you a hand with a plan for life insurance. Your Allstate agent wants to be your agent for life. Allstate Life. Financial strength you can count on.
Sunday night on TBS, the Lakers embark on a new era, but Dominique and the Hawks could have their number. It's a West Coast collision. The Hawks take on the Lakers, live at 10:30 Eastern Sunday night on TBS.
30-26 is our score. The T-Wolves on top of the Blazers by 4. I'd like to remind you on Tuesday night right here on TNT, more NBA action coming your way. Join Bob Neal and Doug Collins as the New York Knicks and Houston Rockets go at it. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Now you're looking at the field goal percentage. Check Minnesota for shooting 45%. Why are they in this game? They have 8 offensive rebounds. They've done a terrific job.
Robinson with his first 2 points of the ball game. And you really like to see teams shoot 46, 48%.
Well, I think that if you're a good defensive team and you force turnovers, you can get by and win and be over 500 in this league shooting 46%.
Sam Mitchell, the only starter in the lineup now for Minnesota, as they turn it over. Check that Campbell also in. Shot blocked by Brewer. Outlet to Brooks. He has Glass on the left. Takes it in strong again, and he gets the roll.
You got to like their open floor game. They are really converting. Whoever catches that ball up the side is taking it strong to the basket. And you know, we still have not seen Portland open up here defensively.
Last 3 of 3. Bryant has it rejected by Brewer, but we have a foul.
They're calling this on Bryant. That was another terrific shot block by Randy Brewer. And Jimmy Rogers told us today he is doing an excellent job for us in a backup role. He can score for us. Felton Spencer is more of a banger rebounder for us. Excellent offensive rebounder.
Jimmy says they play 1 or 2 good quarters, then they have a clinker. They don't play well.
That's young teams without a go-to guy.
Go-to guy here in the second unit, although they have a couple of starters here. Glass 3 of 3 doesn't get it as the shot clock goes off. 3 of 4 now from the floor.
Now this is going to be their 9th second shot opportunity. If the team gets 15 against you in a ball game, you are all over your front court people because that's a disgrace. They already have 9 against either 1 or 2 in the rebounding department in this league.
Abdullabi, second-year player out of Duke with the rebound, is checked in. Pass to Bryant. Inside Abdullabi. He's got his first 2 of the game.
Shot selection. A lot of pressure now on shot selection for Minnesota. They have their second unit out there, anchored by Campbell.
2 more starters set to check back in for Minnesota, Spencer and Corbin. Brooks, no place to go. Shot clock at 6.
This passing game is getting them absolutely nothing.
The 3 out of the way. Hits the rim at least. And another second chance. Good effort by Campbell.
You run the passing game against a real good defensive team. They stay tight on you, just like Portland is doing. They stay down inside.
Inside, an easy 2 for Glass. He has 10 already.
Oh, very, very good gamble. That time, little Scotty Brooks, he made a move at Pack. He caught him. It was unexpected. Pack came with the travel. Very good call that time by Tommy Nunez.
Portland now with 4 turnovers, and Minnesota says they like Scott Brooks because he also picks up the defensive intensity of the ball club when he's in.
Yeah, plus he's a very good three-point shooter, man.
Got a new 5-year contract. Shot out of the way, way short. That'll be a foul. Loose ball foul on Corbin. That is his 3rd personal.
See, this unit that's out on the floor for the Wolves, they have difficulty mainly because they do not have a guy who can beat his man off the dribble. Break down the defense and then kick it out.
Wolves by 4. 9 minutes even remaining in the second. Robinson pushing Corbin. That opens the lane for Age. Can't get it to go. Spencer outlet to Brooks.
There he is.
There he is. Corbin inside off the glass.
Anytime that they rotate the ball on after the end of the break, they have nothing. Rotate it to the other floor down and in. That place has been wide open.
Minnesota has only scored 100 points once this year in their first 6 ball games. Another turnover for Portland. That is number 6.
3 on 2.
Nice pass. Oh, what a pass by Scott Brooks.
What a beautiful save. Portland coaching their timeout. Very, very upset. They are being embarrassed now. Their second unit is not operating at either end of the floor.
It's not waterfront crystal or a Hasselblad lens. It's a headlamp. And if you think that's impressive, wait till you see what's attached. Introducing the new Lexus ES 300 Sport Sedan.
firm of Walsky & Blue at 228-6969.
Say you had to choose a hospital. You might start with those commended for quality patient care by healthcare's primary accrediting body. Then you'd look for medical leadership and vast resources, things major teaching hospitals offer. And if you could find one with world-renowned doctors and a dedicated staff, you'd be close to the perfect hospital for you. But then you're already very close to the hospital with all of this, the Ohio State University Hospitals.
Now just watch a little head fake and ball fake by Scott Brooks on this fast break. He forces the defensive player to move. Pack moves to cover the wing, dropped it right down inside. Now I'm impressed because they are getting out there 3-on-2 versus Portland's second unit. The first group was always 3-on-3 and they ended up with jump shots. Now it's inside layup time.
I remind you, Minnesota has not won at home this year. A traveling call, turnover number 7 for Portland, who comes into the game averaging 15 turnovers a game. They're yet to taste victory. That's why the fans here are excited. Good anticipation by Pack, cutting off the passing lane. Has Mitchell the beat, and he does.
You've got to challenge that shot. You've got to go up there and try to block that shot so that you intimidate him, so that every time he comes down, he just does not think that he's going to get an uncontested shot.
I got Pete Richardson up off the bench quickly for Minnesota.
You got to go down inside. See, Campbell's got Ames down there. He's got a height advantage.
Sam Mitchell drains it from the outside. He now has 4. Mitchell out of Mercer in Georgia.
The Portland second unit, you know, they're playing a wide open game. They're going down inside, but nothing is happening. Too many turnovers with this group. They are only getting one shot. When they miss, the Wolves are fast breaking at the other end of the floor.
Bobby wants Ames to come back on top. Robinson goes tough inside. Doesn't get it, but he does draw the foul. No basket. That'll be on Spencer. That is his second personal foul.
See what I liked about that time? They fronted Cliff Robinson in the low post. Well, Robinson has got 5 inches on his man. You front him, all you've got to do is throw the lob, and he will either catch it and score, or he's going to be double teamed and possibly fouled. Now, Cliff Robinson is off to a great start this season. You know, he has incredible numbers. He's only playing 23 minutes a game, but he's averaging 12 points and 6 rebounds. Now, there are some tough numbers, and he is your premier defensive guy off the bench at any one of 3 positions up front, even the center position.
Well, he shot 39% as a rookie, 46% last year. He's up to 48 this year, so he is maturing a lot as a player here in the NBA.
Now, that's the first time that we've seen Portland trap. Now, anytime that a coach will do that, what he's trying to do is change the tempo for his ball club. He's trying to get them in a quicker mode, and if they do not trap and rotate, he'll just take them out of the game. Because right now he's saying, look, I don't like what I see. I gave you guys a quarter and a half to get it together. We are 7 points down. We must change the tempo of this game.
Well, Porter checks back into the lineup for Portland, so it's Porter, Bryant, Kersey, Ainge, and Robinson for the Blazers. Pete Richardson has come into the lineup for Minnesota. He is joined by Gerald Glass in the backcourt, Campbell, Spencer, and Mitchell. Running jumper on the way by Glass. You got to like this kid.
Yeah, Ron, when they run their set plays, they're getting excellent shots. That's why I just don't know why they're running the passing game. They're not getting anything good out of that.
He says he has Jimmy Rogers told us he has a sampling of everything in their offense right now because they're really still trying to find themselves. And he even said to us, he goes, guys, it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure about this team yet.
Now, Felton Spencer is hurt at the other end of the floor. He went up and blocked that shot and took a knee to the groin area. Now, he stayed back there. That was very smart.
Ames doesn't get the 3 to go, but we have the foul, and we'll go the other way with T-Wolves having their biggest lead of the game at 9 with 6:16 left.
Now, I like the job Spencer's doing. He is really, he's clogging things up. Now, keep an eye on this. Now, watch. He'll come up and block the shot, but he takes the full front of Cliff Robinson, you know, right in the groin area. That's why he doubled up. He could not change ends. He did a smart thing. He stayed in the lane and allowed the action to come back to him.
Bryant picks up his 3rd personal foul for Portland. Drexler back into the lineup. Bryant sits down. But Williams also back in for the Blazers.
Send the cutter through. You got to send cutters through.
It's 1-on-4 almost, QB there. There was no other T-Wolf anywhere near the ball.
Let me just say this. I throw the ball into the post against your team, and you're just going to allow everyone to stand around. So if he makes a move like he just did, Portland double-teamed him. He had no one to pass the basketball to. But if you cut the people through, this forces them to play on it, and he might get a one-on-one shot.
Campbell picked up his foul in the process, his first. Porter looks for the jumper, and he gets it. And if there's one rap on Terry Porter, sometimes he's almost too unselfish. He doesn't look for a shot, and they'd like him to look for the shot more. He's 3 of 3 tonight.
Terry Porter can score.
Oh, yes.
He can really do it. And he is an outstanding three-point shooter, especially at gut-checking time when the clock is down.
Hand off to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. A lot of standing around now. Minnesota stuck in the paint. Who lets it fly with 4 on the shot clock?
Look out.
To Drexler. Run the tape.
See, now, Glass, you've got to talk to Glass about that. You're Jimmy Rogers. No way can the point guard take a long shot. You know that it's going to be a long rebound. Your man who's standing right next to you takes off down the floor, and you don't cover him, especially Drexler.
The Allstate agent who helps insure your car can give you a hand with a plan for life insurance. Life insurance. Your Allstate agent wants to be your agent for life. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, you haven't got time to waste. So if you want your problems fixed fast...
Just ask Ace.
Yeah.
This quality Ace cordless drill is a Best Buy at only $32.88 with a rechargeable battery that also fits other Ace cordless tools.
When help is what you need and you want it done now, ask Ace.
To help fight the corrosive effects of salt and water, every Lexus features airbag terminals plated in gold. Of course, we might have used a less expensive material, but it wasn't money we were interested in saving.
I think the customers definitely sense the difference, not only in the company, but in us.
There is a definite pride in what we do and how we do it.
I mean, the employees own the company. You are Avis. I'm Avis. If you've seen our roving rapid return now, you'll see that you don't even have to step out of the car before you're already checked in.
If you don't like the color of the car, if I have a different color car, I'll fix it.
We call over 1,500 customers a month just to see if they're satisfied. There's a big sense of pride in owning a company. So why rent from anyone but an owner?
This is Ernie Johnson with tonight's Avis We Try Harder Award. Last night in Cleveland, Brad Doherty, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 6 block shots in the Cavs' win over Seattle. That's tonight's NBA best performance. At Avis, we try harder.
Wolves by 5, 42-37. We've got 5:04 remaining in the first half. How about field goal percentage by quarter?
Yeah, well, you like what the Wolves are doing there, and you say, well, why 50% in the second quarter? They're now up to 10 offensive rebounds, plus their second unit outscored the Portland second unit 12-5 in the first 5 minutes of this quarter.
Terry Porter has led the run for Portland, 3 of 3 for 6 points, goes along with 4 assists.
If they'll just stay with their half-court offense and run their set plays, they're doing a much better job. Roll, big fella. He's got the roll.
Mitchell shot, but he gets it right back, and it's a 3-on-3. Spencer all alone underneath. Nobody sees him. Glass takes the jumper. Spencer pushes off. Will be whistled for the foul.
No, they call it Buck Williams. Buck Williams had him. He locked his arm that time. See, if you're going to run a pick and roll, and the defensive team is going to trap the pick and roll. See, right there, you know, Rick Adelman is really hot. But he's controlling himself. He knows he has a great basketball team, but they're playing in slow motion here tonight. Give the Wolves a ton of credit because they're out-hustling them.
Mitchell's 18-footer goes about 16 and a half. The West is there for the follow.
12 offensive rebounds. They scored on the last 2.
7-point T-Wolves lead. 4:14 left in the half. Duckworth, the right-handed push shot way outside, but Kersey there for the follow. He has 4. Drexler out west. Mitchell tries to set a pick so Spencer can get some room underneath.
See, they're not looking for the post-up guy when he's open. that was a good call that time. Porter bumped him. You know, he bumped Pooh, and he forced him into a turnover, a travel that time. But what's happening is they're running post-up guys from one side of the lane to the other. The guy is open, but the player with the ball is not looking in to hit him with the pass when he's open. He's looking at him once the defender has recovered.
5 turnovers now for Minnesota. They still lead it, however, by 5. 3:45 left in the second quarter.
High pick and roll.
Duckworth stays outside. Good give and go. Williams can't complete the play. Mitchell with the rebound.
Now, Buck is looking for a foul, but he should have scored that one anyway.
The double team by Portland right in front of us. Glass can't come up with it. Another turnover, number 6 for Minnesota.
You're starting to see the Portland defense come alive. There's a coach that's a little frustrated with the turnovers.
Oh, baby. Porter for 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. He is 3 of 15 now in the year from three-point land.
Well, when you're in last year he shot 40% in threes. He loves to take it off the dribble coming up on the side. If you lay off him and fall asleep, he'll shoot that 3 every time. Roll.
He didn't roll.
There he is. He's open. See?
He's been open a couple times. That time he can't get the hands on it. Shot clock at 1 as it goes. That'll be a violation. And the Wolves' 8-point lead is down to 2 inside of 3 minutes.
Now listen, you stop coaching, and I'm stopping coaching. They've run that pick and roll twice. And Dalton Spencer is still standing on the same spot. If he'll just roll to the basket, he'd have 2 dunks.
And he had one roll that he stood there and nobody got him the ball. Without a 9-2 run. Drexler with 16 first-half points already. Porter double pumps, doesn't get it, but Pooh Richardson whistled for the foul. That is his first personal.
Terry Porter, very, very intelligent player. Anytime that the ball is kicked out to him and he is spotting up, what he will do is always throw that head fake. If he catches you in the air and he elevates, he's got a chance at a 3-point shot and a possible foul, which would give him 4. Or he might take you off the dribble, get down inside.
First time All-Star last year. Terry Porter gets the first.
Outstanding foul. So look at this. See, there's your pump fake. See, now he went inside the line that time, but he's looking for a 3. And most important, he gets a big foul on Pooh Richardson and possibly a substitution. You know, you don't know. It depends upon how long Jimmy wants to go with him.
22nd timeout by Jimmy Rogers. He wants to make sure that they can at least maintain this lead. Coming up at halftime, the Prudential Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson sitting by at our studios in Atlanta. Have highlights of tonight's game, including the 76ers and the Celtics, the Jazz and Pistons, and more. Plus, a feature on Jimmy Rogers and his son, Matt, a quarterback at the University of Iowa. All coming up on our Prudential Halftime Report. Talk about Terry Porter out of Wisconsin. Stevens Point, his college coach was Dick Bennett. Dick Bennett says his wife Ann really discovered Terry Porter playing in high school, and we had a chance to see Dick Bennett's son Tony Bennett play this year at the Pan Am Games. Dick now at Wisconsin Green Bay, one of the many players that came from small colleges for Portland.
All right,
Illinois with Kevin Duckworth.
Oh yeah, they have him. Jerome Kersey. Right. They really have. Now, Terry Porter is shooting 93% this year, and it isn't because he hasn't taken any foul shots. He right now is 40 for 43 from the line.
Not afraid to take it to the hole. Minnesota turnovers on the last 3 possessions, trying to break that string.
Now they're going to the half-court trap. See, they have Kersey and him out there. That was smart. Smart basketball.
Doug West with the bad pass. Porter strong to the hole again.
Now, see, Terry Porter's telling them, let's get right back into the 3-quarter court trap. It's a 2-2-1 trap. Hey, they're going to go right over the top. Now they're coming at you again for the second trap.
13-2 run for Portland.
Coaches will always try to wake up their team from a defensive standpoint by forcing him to go down the floor and trap.
Shot clock at 5. Campbell with the finger roll with the left hand, and he now has 10. Tied up at 46, 1 second under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. To Drexler.
High pick and roll now.
Inside to Porter, who posted up Richardson, can't get it to go. The foul won't
get it out. You got to get it out, big fella.
And we see Jerome Kersey talking to Tommy Nunez about wanting a call. Spencer gets 6 rebounds. That's something Portland said they wanted to control this year, not complain and not be distracted by lack of calls. inside of 125. Richardson, the quick move. Dishes back out. That'll be way short. Here comes Porter. Has Drexler on the left. Williams trails. Porter goes for a couple of fakes. Doesn't get it.
There you go.
Now they spread the court out a little bit more, too. Richardson doesn't take the three. West from the baseline. In and out. Doesn't get the roll. Spencer battles for the offensive rebound.
What we said about Spencer earlier, he's averaging 5 a game. He is really doing a terrific job down inside. And if he doesn't take it up himself, he has the presence to keep the ball over his head, and he finds the free man.
Campbell now with 12 first-half points. We've got an offensive foul. That will be on Duckworth.
The refs are calling the pick and roll very close tonight. Now, Rick is all upset down there. He's saying my guy didn't drop step before the man came off the pick.
Wolves by 2.
I think they want a little bit more respect than Ricky Prescott is showing.
I think so. I think so. Duckworth leaning on Spencer. They try to clear out for Campbell. West from about 18 buries it. West with 7.
Nice.
Take it all away.
Oh, what a play! Now that fits Jimmy Rogers' description of West.
He looked like he was going to jam it, pulled it back, as Portland will have the last shot of the half. They trail by 6. Everybody clearing it out for Drexler. One-on-one. He loses the handle. They're not going to get a shot off.
Great half.
Excellent defense by Minnesota the last 12 seconds. They will go to the locker room leading by 6, 52-46. Stay with us. Ernie Johnson is in Atlanta with our Prudential halftime report with all the scores and highlights.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection.
Lexus Coupe was designed to exhilarate you, even when you're not moving.
So we're enjoying our favorite spot, and we see this old guy. Hey, Bob! Then there was this huge wave. We thought the old guy was history. That was hot. Anyway, we were impressed.
Guru dude, want a cold bud?
Groovy. Groovy. Despite our language differences, all surfers share a universal communication. Oops. Whoa.
There's something new, you're gonna love it. From KFC, it's called the Go Bucket. Pick any kind, and you're gonna find at KFC, it's Go Bucket time.
KFC introduces Go Buckets. Choose from original recipe, hot wings, or extra tasty crispy. It's a whole new way to enjoy the Colonel's chicken.
Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
Straight ahead, we'll update the Friday night NBA slate on the Prudential halftime report. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. We'll check out the Sixers trying to make it 6 straight on the parquet. The mailman's rounds include a stop at the Palace. And we'll profile Mr. Rogers. That's Jimmy Rogers and his son, the quarterback.
Hey, Joe, you want to toss the pigskin around?
Hey, armchair quarterback, grab a box of Wheaties and take the field with Joe Montana. But you gotta rush before the game box is gone.
Good animal.
Alka-Seltzer's Laws of Indigestion. Law number 5. The more sensitive your stomach is to pepperoni pizza, the more you will crave it. For heartburn with headache, you need Alka-Seltzer because there's no law against fast relief.
The dives, the kicks, the slam dunks, the greatest plays of the day.
See him weeknights on CNN Sports tonight with Fred Hickman and Nick Charles. And now, see him whenever you want. The greatest plays of the day on video cassette and available for a limited time only at the Athlete's Foot. Get to a participating store to get yours. The greatest plays of the day on one tape in one place. The Athlete's Foot. Only $8.99 with any purchase.
There's a level of service with which you're already quite familiar. Only now you can enjoy it at 35,000 feet. Delta's person-to-person service to over 270 cities worldwide. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Hey, kids, what's the difference between a jam session you'll see on Inside Stuff and a jam session you'll see on another channel? These guys can really play. These guys can't. These guys have obviously spent years practicing. These guys obviously haven't. These guys provide fun for the entire family. These guys maybe not. Not your normal announcers, not your normal teachers, not your normal sports show. But then again, who wants normal? Inside Stuff. Saturdays, check your local listings.
The Prudential Halftime Report is being brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
And welcome to our studios here in Atlanta. Another Friday night of NBA action. They've played 24 minutes at the Target Center, and the Timberwolves lead the Blazers 52-46. Ernie Johnson here with the Prudential Halftime Report. The NBA has notified all 27 teams that it is offering players the opportunity to be tested voluntarily for the AIDS virus. At the same time, the executive director of the Players Union, Charles Grantham, says the union is considering AIDS testing and counseling programs.
We're working with the people down at Johns Hopkins University Public Health Department, leaders in the field of research in this whole area. And we hope with them that we can establish a very solid program that will have several components to it. But primarily focusing on the education. We don't want to overreact at the same time. And I think we clearly want to make testing available for those players who would like to be tested in a very confidential, yet anonymous and a private way.
And so the wheels are in motion in the NBA as far as AIDS is concerned. Neither the league nor the union is recommending any type of mandatory testing. Now let us move on to the happenings on the court on this Friday night. The Philadelphia 76ers, winners of 5 straight, gunning for number 6 at the Garden in Boston. And for the first time, we see Charles Barkley wearing his number 32 in honor of Magic Johnson. Celtics shot 68% in the first quarter. And when you have shots like that, that's easy to do. Now, Charles Barkley, well, he was hot in the first half. 21 points, 9 rebounds, goes around Ed Pinckney right in Kevin McHale's face, and the reverse goes for him. Celtics, however, on top in this one. Kevin Gamble down the left side, 73-62 is the count as they play in the third period on the parquet. Boston leading Philadelphia. Utah Jazz and Detroit Pistons at the Palace tonight. Quick hands by the rookie Eric Murdoch of Utah. He'll sail in and lay it in. 3-point Jazz lead. They've won 3 straight. The Pistons, however, go on a 9-0 run. Watch John Sally climb the glass. Hits Darrell Walker, and Orlando Woolridge ends up with the hoop. Detroit playing at the Palace, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak, leading 45-38 over Utah as they still play in the second period. Charlotte Hornets and Miami Heat at Miami Arena. Alan Bristow's Hornets 1-7, trying to make something happen at the Miami Arena. Ronnie Cycli to Steve Smith. Look at the pass by the rookie to Glenn Rice, right on target off the glass. J.R. Reed, however, will get the Hornets running. Muggsy Bogues, wind him up, watch him go. Hits Anthony Frederick. High percentage shot, cuts the Miami lead to 3. Right now they play in the third period with Miami leading 73-69 over Charlotte. Washington Bullets and New Jersey Nets at the Meadowlands Arena. Bernard King still out, so are a handful of other Washington Bullets. Michael Adams really has to shoulder the scoring load. He's number 4 in the league with 28 a game and gets the bunny there. The Nets, however, with a 22-10 run. Alley-oop. Mookie Blaylock. Pretty good play by Chris Morris for an 8-point New Jersey lead. And on the defensive side, it's Drazen Petrovic with the steal. I'll call my own number and take it in. 10-point New Jersey lead. Right now they're playing in the third period. Washington has come back to take a 70-65 lead over the Nets. The Seattle Supersonics and Indiana Pacers playing at Market Square Arena in the third period, and Seattle has the 4-point lead. And they're in the first period. Chicago has a 21-17 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks at Chicago Stadium. When the Prudential halftime report continues, we're going to profile Jimmy Rogers. While he calls the shots in Minnesota, his son Matt calls the signals at Iowa.
When I first saw Sarah on the library steps, I swear it skipped a beat. When Don Larson was one pitch away from a perfect game in the World Series, it stood perfectly still. On that awful day in '63, it felt like it was in the pit of my stomach. And that incredible moment when we all took one giant leap for mankind, it nearly burst with pride. But last year, when the doctors told me my heart was failing, and without a transplant I wouldn't last 6 months, that's when it stuck in my throat.
A year ago, the Prudential created the Living Needs Benefit. Now, the terminally ill could collect their death benefit while they were alive, and they could use it for anything their heart desired.
Now that I'm alive and well, I think of the donor. I think of his family, and naturally, my heart goes out to them.
For information, call 1-800-654-ROCK.
At the break, at the Target Center, the Timberwolves and Blazers are Friday night feature on TNT. I want to tell you a little father and son story now. The father is Minnesota Timberwolves head coach Jimmy Rogers. His son is Matt. Jimmy played hoops at the University of Iowa in the early 60s. Matt plays football there. He's the Hawkeyes quarterback. Both have learned that in the course of professional and collegiate careers, you struggle from time to time, and both have known where to turn for support.
Ho, Matt! Here, let's go! Oh, my God! We're going to go right to zipper.
We don't have anything at the end of that. Get us right into a 2 mode here.
And I'm looking now forward to a great situation in place that I'm going to be able to develop, bring along, grow with.
Meantime, at the University of Iowa,
Matt Rogers, sorry, Matt Rogers, get the program.
Jimmy's son Matt is leading the way. He is one of the most prolific passers in the Big Ten.
Take a young man whose father's a coach. That really helps. He's seen the bad and the good. He's learned how to handle adversity. And when you grow up shooting basketballs with a guy like Larry Bird, you have to have a lot of poise.
While growing up in a coaching family, Matt would learn valuable lessons as a youngster.
You realize how important winning and losing is at that age, that it is a business and that, you know, they have to win, you know, or else see you later.
After a 1990 playoff loss to New York, Jimmy was fired after only 2 seasons as Celtic head coach. Months earlier, the Hawkeyes went 5-6 as Matt struggled in his first year as the starting QB.
We both helped each other out. You know, I mean, like, I'd tell him some of the experiences that were happening here, and he, you know, maybe something would click in.
I guess you're bitter for a while because you don't understand exactly why certain things happen. But I think if there was a blessing, it was that we were able to see every Iowa football game.
As Dad moved from the sidelines to the stands, Matt would lead Iowa to a 1991 Rose Bowl berth.
To me, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking than being on the bench in an NBA Finals. And everything that happens out there has to go through his hands.
Yeah, there's definitely a bond there, like an inner confidence that I get when he's around.
In spite of the hard times, father and son learned from each other and came together to face adversity.
Yeah, there's a silver lining behind the cloud, I guess.
And both have a fresh new outlook to take on the tough challenges ahead.
I think you regain some perspective on a lot of things, and I think I'll probably be a better coach this time around. So, you know, it was a great opportunity that came out of something that we seem to be a negative. Actually, we made it into a great positive in our lives.
Iowa's Hawkeyes are 8-1 on the year, ranked in the top 10, and Matt Rogers has thrown 11 touchdown passes and run for 4 more, but a knee injury has sidelined him. He may be back next week against Minnesota. Here on TNT, we're back with you Tuesday night from the Summit. Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, New York at Houston. Get next to that Tuesday night on TNT.
I made it home last night, finally, after an hour on the freeway. The light bulb blows. Okay, get up on the ladder. And while I'm up there, the phone rings. I gotta come back down the ladder. This guy's promising me big savings if I leave AT&T. No way. Big savings. So I tell him, listen,
I'm not paying a lot now. With AT&T, I don't have to question. I don't have to worry about my long distance. Give me a break. It's just not AT&T.
The Prudential Halftime Report has been brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
They say life is a journey of 1,000 steps, and with every step, our tastes change. There was probably a time when your steps led you to a practical mid-sized car. But I've reached the point in my life where it's time to step up in comfort and elegance to the all-new Oldsmobile 88 Royale, redesigned from the inside out for comfort and great performance. And now get 2.9% financing on the 88 Royale. Step up to the power of intelligent engineering. Test drive the new 88 Royale at your local Olds dealer.
We wouldn't resort to subliminal advertising. We don't have to. We have a darn good flame broiled burger. We have some spicy batter fries that are pretty doggone tasty. Real Hershey's chocolate in the shakes, and a broiled chicken deluxe you might find to your liking. And count them, two drive-through lanes to get you back to whatever it is you do right away. And it's all very reasonably priced. Only one place has it all. But I guess somehow, deep down inside, you already knew that.
All right, Ernie Johnson back with you in our Atlanta studio. A Central Division collision in progress at Chicago Stadium between the Bulls and the Bucks. The Bulls have only lost twice, one of those to the Milwaukee Bucks already this year. Phil Jackson's guys in control early on here. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. Oh, I saw that video last night, and it completely bamboozled me, didn't it? Horace Grant has got the hoop. 5-point lead at that point. Chicago 30, Milwaukee 24. The rest of the scores: Boston 89-73 over Philadelphia. Detroit and Utah at the half, 49-43 Detroit. They're in the third period. Miami leading Charlotte by 8. New Jersey has reclaimed the lead against Washington there early in the fourth period. And in the third, Seattle has a 77-74 lead over Indiana. Here on TNT tonight, Minnesota leading Portland 52-46. I'm going to start calling these guys the TNT Wolves. Let's go back to Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Ernie. The biggest lead for Minnesota tonight was 9. Portland then went on a 13-2 run to take the lead, but then Minnesota answered it with a 6-0 run, and that is where we are right now. Your thoughts on the first 24 minutes, Hubie?
Well, they're absolutely killing Portland up front. The 6 guys who played up front for Portland at half, they have a total of 13 points. That's completely uncharacteristic of the team. The bench for the Wolves, out-talented, outscored the Portland team 20-7. And then you must give them a great deal of credit because they have 14 offensive rebounds. That is, you know, think about it. Yeah. We're talking about the best rebounding team in this league, that they are embarrassing here.
Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers from that first half. And first of all, we have the offensive rebounds, as Hubie was saying. Turnovers, Portland uncharacteristically with 11 already.
Well, the defense is doing a good job. They're really getting after them. We're going to back that up by just, you know, you're going to see here now a shot that goes up by West. Now watch as the rebound comes off, and Felton Spencer gets one of his 3 offensive boards, and then he finds the free guy, and Tony Campbell knocks it home. Tony doing an excellent job tonight. He's got 12 points. He's shooting 6 for 10 from the field. Now the bench scoring, like we said, Minnesota doing a terrific job. The Portland bench not only didn't shoot well, but they had the majority of the turnovers. Now the backcourt points, look at that, 31 points, and that's because we have 16 for Drexler and 13 for Porter. Now, here's a good example of Drexler, and you'll see him out here now. He'll hit the little head fake, drop it off to Porter. Porter will end it up. But these are the only 2 people that are really getting it done for the Trailblazers. Now, right now, that front line, 6 guys, they had to go into the locker room and say, hey, listen, we're playing terrible here tonight. We're letting a team that is a poor rebounding team embarrass us. Then they are embarrassing us on the offensive boards. And then they are even fast breaking and setting up their own tempo.
Drexler had 16, as you saw, to lead Portland. 14 of those coming in the first quarter. And as Hubie mentioned, 29 of their 46 points are from Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler. And we are underway, second half from Minnesota, where the T-Wolves lead 52-46. Hershey out front, Spencer meets him. Tries to take it in strong, but he does draw the foul. Attacking more offensively quickly, Portland does.
Well, we said early in the top of this game that the tempo is set by Jerome Kersey. And right now, Jerome Kersey is really non-existent. He has 6 rebounds, but he doesn't have any shot attempts. He's not getting to the basket. Now, let's back that up. He has a sore right ankle, a sprained left ankle, and since the season has started, yesterday was his first day of practice. And Rick Adelman said that this is the horse. This is the warrior guy that we have here. He plays through all types of injuries, but you can see tonight he's a little bit in cruise control. He's now not onto the break or blocking shots.
Former high school point guard, Jerome Kersey, believe it or not.
Yeah, and a college center. Not bad either.
Not either.
With 7.
Played it all. 5-point lead by Minnesota. Mitchell, the running right-hander goes down.
You know, he shoots at crazy times. Do you notice that? Now, that was like a herky-jerky, I'm jumping in your face, Buck Williams, even though you're first-team all-defense for the last 2 years.
That's right. It wasn't pretty as Drexler takes it strong to the hole. That definitely wasn't pretty down that end.
That was a very good move by Drexler. See, Drexler can take Tony Campbell all night long, whether they one him out on the wing or he takes him from the top of the circle. And that's the reason why they substituted for Campbell early. He's scoring, but he's giving up just as many points at the other end of the floor.
Drexler's first miss from the line. He is now 6 of 7. Here is a man that has had 4 opportunities to win championships, 2 at the University of Houston and 2 at Portland. But he says he's not discouraged. He knows he's a winner, and he thinks this is the year for Portland. Well, he's 6 of 8 from the line right now. Remains at 16 points. The Wolves lead is 7. Mitchell looks for Richardson. Porter all over him.
Now, Porter did a terrific job when Pooh ran a backdoor. He defended it all the way.
Porter cutting him some slack now as the shot clock is at 3. Somebody better look up. Mitchell, the off-balance right-hander, will go. Corbin there for the follow. Count it.
Now, that was a great catch by Corbin. A sensational shot. But the guy that made it happen, Felton Spencer. Now, you watch on this replay. As that shot comes off, Felton Spencer is going to get a piece of it. It's a bad shot. He's out of his range right here. Now, just watch. Over the top. Got that left hand on it. Kicked it right over to Corbin.
First attempt at a free throw tonight doesn't go down. He does have 8.
We have 2 bad foul shooting teams here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
76% for Minnesota, 75% for Portland. That is something Rick Adelman says they work on in practice and they talk about constantly. I don't know who put that in.
That was off of Buck and Jerome Kersey.
They're going to give it to Kersey. You take any gift you get. Let's look at it again. This will make the highlight films of every news station in America tonight.
Now watch this. This kicks off to the left. Now you have Buck and Jerome, and watch the English. How about that? Not bad. A little cue ball that time. Snooker.
That's definitely a snooker shot. Buck Williams was whistled for the foul. That was his second personal.
Now Corbin has really had a good career once he came up here. And he knows that he's going to start every night. 18 points a game last year. This year he's coming in doing a nice job at 13. He's not getting as many shots as he had last year, but he hustles hard at only 6'5" at that small forward position.
9-point lead. Corbin, the only player left from the '89 expansion draft on Minnesota's team. We have our first illegal defense call.
But we know that in expansion drafts, that's not really something out of the ordinary. Very few guys do stay around in years 3 and 4, and definitely not by year 5.
Was left unprotected in the expansion draft by Phoenix. And a lot of people say Phoenix may have regretted that move. Drexler for 3 doesn't get it. Right into the hands of Duckworth. All the Timberwolves were inside the paint on that long shot, which usually means a long rebound like that. And we've got another whistle and a foul.
Don Felton Spencer that time for hooking Duckworth. But I really like Spencer's work ethic, I'll tell you. He has done a terrific job. That's his 4th foul, and they're making a substitution with Brewer now. But I'll tell you, he has done a terrific job on the boards and defensively and keeping Duckworth off the offensive board, and that is a tough job.
Porter inside. Brewer tries to get a hand on it, doesn't get it, and Porter comes down with his own rebound. Fakes the 3. He is really active right now as Duckworth puts up the right-hander. Kersey with the tip. Williams with the tip. Everybody looking for Kersey again. Doesn't get it, but he gets the foul.
That's when you're a coach like Jimmy Rogers. You're trying to will every basket. And what is happening is your 7'4" guy, watch him now, is behind the backboard. Now just watch this replay. The shot goes up, he's back. Your 7'4" guy is still back. He's still underneath the backboard. And when he does come out, he makes the foul.
Percy misses the first. Foul was on Brewer. That was his first. We want to talk about, too, the #1 pick for Minnesota, Luke Longley, the big guy out of New Mexico, still has not signed. His agent told us today the main issue, obviously, is money. Minnesota says, we've got an offer on the table.
Well, they say they're rather close. It could happen at any time.
That's a pretty good-looking turnaround by Randy Brewer, who averages 8 points on the year. That's his first 2 tonight. Right. Biggest lead for Minnesota.
Well, Randy can hit that medium hook down in there on either side of the lane.
Duckworth spin move. Brewer stays out and forces Duckworth's shot to come up short.
The fans are frustrated. They want this club to get a few defensive rebounds so they can start the fast break. Tony Campbell that time, instead of allowing Drexler to go into the trap, Richardson had him trapped. Tony Campbell reached inside and grabbed him for that foul.
That is Campbell's 3rd personal foul. So right now, Campbell with 3, Spencer with 4, and Corbin with 3, the only T-Wolves in some type of foul trouble.
Can you believe this guy's shooting? Is this amazing?
3 in a row he's missed. Portland 1 of 7 at the line in the 3rd quarter. Add another one of that.
Becomes contagious, Ryan.
Yep. Quite the mindset for a lot of players. The quick turnaround shot goes down by Campbell. Give him 14 to the ball game and a 13-point Minnesota lead. The only expansion team of the new expansion teams Portland has lost to, as we mentioned, was Minnesota. Rick Adelman says they remember it. Porter's shot is good. Portland going cold.
3 on 3. Let's see if he can make it happen. Pull up 3. It goes. He said, forget about making it happen. I'm going downtown for 3.
That's right. That's right. And Portland needs a timeout. They lead it by 16, and 19,000 fans love it.
This is a stunner right now.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Bud Light, because everything else is just a light. And by GMC Truck, the strength of experience.
When you play the game and you're looking good, there's a Bud Light way and it's understood.
If you're into looking good, get into Bud Light. Clean, fresh taste won't fill you up, never let you down.
You can taste it, feel it, know you got it right. But everything else, it's just a light. Just a light. Bud Light. Just a light. Just a light. Everything else, just a light.
At GMC Truck, our only business is trucks, and has been for over 80 years. A dedication to truck strengths and values to keep in mind. Because when you need to haul something, tow something, carry precious cargo, find new trails, or simply ride high and proud, there's nothing quite as strong as a truck. GMC Truck, the strength of experience.
.49 is our score. 8:13 left to be played in the 3rd.
Now, right now, you're going to see him miss. This is Portland 1 for 10 from the field at this time. Now, oops, there's an oops right through the big fella's leg. Now, keep an eye on Richardson as he comes down. The defender lays off, and he takes the 3. Now, he is 4 for 10 this season in 3s.
Minnesota on a 13-2 run. And as we talked about, the only loss to expansion teams back in March of 1990.
Now, that is the best record in the NBA against the 4 expansion teams. 30-1. Now, they can come back. We know there is plenty of time. You have 8 minutes in this quarter. You got another full quarter to go. But they've got to button up defensively here if Portland's going to get back into it.
Cattleman talked about that today, about the sense of urgency they feel. Sometimes they look up and it's the fourth quarter and they realize they've got to start playing in the game. Ball still belongs to Portland. Fresh 24 on the shot clock. Duckworth, 1 of 9.
Well, he's complaining to the referees that he's getting pushed on that hook shot. But if you're a good post defender, you know you're pushing on the body.
Duckworth over the outstretched hands of Brewer. Excellent offensive rebound. Brewer slaps it away, and it goes out.
Good hustle. Nice block that time by the big fella.
That's his third block.
Now here they are. They're missing. They're 1 for 12 this quarter from the field. Now here he comes up on a nice block that time, Brewer from the rear.
3 today, 12 for the season. Now Brewer on Drexler. Leaves Porter open for the jumper. He'll take it.
He loves that fake.
Duckworth inside. Doesn't get it. The lid is on the basket for Portland. Who wisely holds it up. Then he takes it strong. Over Williams.
They're feeling it, and they deserve it because they're really out-hustling Portland. Another block by Corbin. Look at this. 3-on-2.
Corbin to Mitchell. He won't get it. Ball still loose. Williams will come up with it. Fans wanted to travel. Drexler walks with it. He'll go the other way. He did slip.
I want to tell you something. This is amazing. Now, we're seeing a great basketball team fall apart. The coach right now totally frustrated. They are 1 for 14 from the field this quarter, 1 for 8 on the foul line, and a couple of turnovers.
Portland only 3 points in this quarter, folks, and we have played over 5 minutes. Mitchell, we've got another whistle, a foul away from the ball, offensive block. Robinson checks into Portland's lineup.
Now, that was a very solid pick that time by Randy Brewer on the offensive end. Now, here we're going to give you this stat. This is kind of amazing. Mainly because Portland has been getting down inside the lane. They just cannot complete the play. But like we said, you magnify that because they did get to the foul line for 8 shots, but they've only made 1.
Brewer picked up his 3rd personal foul. An 18-point Minnesota lead. That score is correct as it goes down by 2 to 16. That is Drexler's first field goal, first point since the 2nd quarter.
You're up 16, Ron. Right now, good movement. Stay within your half-court offense.
Murphy into the lineup for Mitchell. A whistle and a push.
See, right now we're having an argument, man. You hate to see that. You're up 16 points. Tony Campbell is arguing with Pooh Richardson out on the floor right now. You're hoping that guys, if they do have something to say, they forget about it. Let's get back together. You're up 16.
Foul was on Drexler. That was his 3rd personal. Inside the Brewer, the little baby hook will go. Foul almost goes down. My goodness, Tyrone Corbin was up there.
If you would say that was Michael Jordan, that would have been a Michael Jordan extension.
Kersey right over Brewer, and he looks right at him and says, "That'll take it to you."
Now that's the Jerome Kersey that we all love and respect in this league. That's sending it home over a 7-foot-4 guy. Take it in his chest, baby, and send it down.
And the foul was on Brewer. That is his 4th personal foul.
Now that's trouble because the 2 centers for Minnesota both have 4, but you don't care. Let them stay within their regular time rotation.
Campbell sits down. West comes in. Kersey completes the 3-point play.
Now here comes the press in the backcourt. Now they're matched up. They're giving you a man-to-man with a little quick trap. There you go. It's not a zone press. It's a man-to-man.
West inside to Murphy, has it stripped away. Ball still belongs to Minnesota with 12 showing on the shot clock.
Beautiful pass that time by West to Murphy. Murphy's got to go a little stronger. You can't play timid when you're down in that area.
5:45 left to be played in the 3rd. Brewer has it locked away by Robinson, but we have a foul.
Tyrone Corbin is showing us some stuff this quarter. All right, I'll tell you, an almost dunk, and now we're going to show you. Now watch Corbin throw this head fake to get Kersey to go in the air, and then as he's covered, beautiful pass right here. Now you would hope that Brewer could dunk that, but a great recovery by Cliff Robinson.
When you talk about bad free throw shooting, in 90-91, Randy Brewer was 44%. This year, he's 63%. Brooks comes in, Richardson sits down, and neither team. Rick Barry's having a coronary up in Colorado Springs right now, seeing this. Brewer gets his second. 14-point Minnesota lead, 5:40 left in the third.
Say now, Portland, they're telling their team, just try to get it down to 8 to 10 points going in the last quarter. Everything will be fine.
Drexler dishes off inside. Kersey has it blocked away. Brewer's fourth block.
Give it up.
So West to the hole. And he is fouled by Robinson. A little too fancy there.
Now, that was unnecessary. See, that was going to be a swooping from the right to the left, over the head dunk, except all he had to do was jam it on the right side. Now just watch this. Now watch this block as he takes it to the hole. Brewer comes in once again. That's his third outright block, igniting the fast break. But at this end, you see, we get a little fancy here. Just take it strong. You do not need all the razzle-dazzle.
At worst, he would have been fouled on the play going up, and he probably would have got the hoop.
Now, you like what Cliff Robinson did. He caught up to the play, and he said, hey, you got to make those fouls.
West gets them both, and it is a 16-point Minnesota advantage. They may get 100 points tonight. They should get everybody free pizza here or something if they get 100. Inside won't go down. Corbin tries to tip it. Robinson does. Ball belongs to Minnesota with 5:08 showing on the clock.
The facet of the game that the Wolves are doing a great job. They are not allowing Portland to get any second shots.
Porter 0 for 5 from the floor in the third quarter for Portland. West, his shot goes down.
He's so quick, and he comes at you. You know, he's a good size. He's a 6'5", 6'6". Quick.
Drexler from outside hasn't been able to find the range since that 14-point first quarter. West to Brooks. He'll let it go for three. They've got it cooking tonight. That is his first three of the year. He was 0 for 5 coming into the game, and the lead is, believe it or not, folks, 21. An 8-0 run. Listen to the crowd in Minnesota. $75-54 is our score. 4:24 left in the third.
At GMC Truck, we've seen days like this for over 80 years. And have learned the value of a band that gives you the most room in its class. The added safety of four-wheel anti-lock brakes. The traction of full-time all-wheel drive. And the feeling of security that can only come from a van that's built as strong as a truck. Safari from GMC Truck. More proof of the strength of experience.
Say you had to choose a hospital. You might start with those commended for quality patient care by healthcare's primary accrediting body. Then you'd look for medical leadership and vast resources, things major teaching hospitals offer. And if you could find one with world-renowned doctors and a dedicated staff, you'd be close to the perfect hospital for you. But then you're already very close to the hospital with all of this, the Ohio State University hospitals.
Graham Ford is offering 2 of the top 10 selling vehicles in the world at unbelievable savings. 1992 F-150 full-size pickups starting at $99.95. And the 1992 Explorer for only $15,495. That's a savings of over $1,400. Visit Columbus's only full-line Ford truck dealer today. If you're not driving a Graham Ford, you paid too much.
Back at the Target Center, where 19,000 plus are enjoying a Minnesota lead of 21. This is a team, folks, that only averages 92 a game. Haven't broken 100 except one time this year.
You're very happy for Jimmy Rogers because he has been attacked by a couple of his players about this up-tempo style of play. He is trying to develop 10 young guys spread around the shots. Jimmy says we are getting excellent shots, high percentage. We have not been able to make them, but tonight, as you can see, they are not missing the wide open shots. And when you have a young group of guys, you change the style of play on them from a walking half-court offense to up-tempo 94 feet. You've got to expect highs and lows until they get into physical condition of playing this style of play. And then to top it all off, you must hit your perimeter J's when you play this, when you run this hard. And they have made the threes tonight.
Porter at the line, 2 of 2. They get 3 of 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. The players that were also talking about Jimmy Rogers' up-tempo style, they were the ones also talking about the slowdown style last year. It's somewhat ironic for that man. Porter gets them both.
Now, here they come. Portland is coming at you now with a trap. A 2-2-1. Now, this is a good trapping unit out here. They've got a lot of quickness, and they have Robinson in the back as their center and defender.
Minnesota did a nice job getting it over the timeline.
Well, they're taking their time, but see, they're already inside 8 seconds.
Shot on the way, doesn't get it. Brewer can't get the board. Drexler does.
Anytime you trap, it's not just to force turnovers, it's to run the clock.
Williams, Drexler follows.
See, they're right back in it here now. Now they're going to keep up here, trying to press and trap. Now, that time, Drexler went down the opposite end of the floor. See, that was his rotation, Ron. They've had 4 guys in the trap, and Drexler playing man-to-man.
Drexler goes up and count it.
I think we've seen him do that a few times over the years.
He is, like we said, one of the most graceful athletes in the NBA. Now let's take a look at tonight's GMC Truck scoreboard as Boston wins big. Foul was on glass. That was the second personal foul. Miami leading Charlotte. Seattle by 1 over Indiana. And there's Detroit, Utah, Chicago, Milwaukee. Drexler completes the three-point play after missing 4 consecutive free throws. Finally gets one.
Now, the big thing about this trap now is that they're trying to get them to run a lot of time and then panic as the clock gets down inside to take their percentage shot.
But this young man is showing a great deal of cool, the third-year pro out of Villanova.
His quickness gets him open, Ron. There's a 3. Drexler is very, very dangerous because he will launch them. Ainge and Porter rank in the top 10 in this league, but you got to understand, the other guy will take him. Drexler will kick him out there. Now, he's now 9 for 20 this year in threes.
Clyde now at 25, 9 in this quarter. Brooks tries to dish it off, but the whistle gets him first. And that foul will be on the rookie from Southern Cal, Pack. That's his first personal.
I want to go back to that. Last year, Ainge was 6, Porter was 4, right at the top there in the three-point shooting. Drexler attempted a lot of them, but didn't make them. This year, he is already shooting at 45% in threes, which is really big. Now, there's your bombs away from last year. Porter in the 4th spot, Ainge in the 6th spot. But Drexler is making it. Anytime that you shoot 37, 38%, you're doing a terrific job in threes.
Well, Scott Brooks, who some call a poor man's Michael Adams, now 3 of 3 from the line for the season, 2 of 2 tonight. Drexler has it knocked away, and he just wants to take control of this game himself.
He's frustrated. He's having a tough night tonight. Why? Because Campbell and West have a ton of points, and that's against the second guard position. Now, it's not all against him because the second unit contributed to that. But what we're seeing now is what we said about in the first quarter. Anytime Drexler goes on the dribble, he either scores or gets fouled.
Drexler gets the first interesting lineup now for Jimmy Rogers, who no true center in the lineup. Spencer and Brewer both sitting down.
Well, he's trying to buy some time because both guys have 4 fouls, plus they have Cliff Robinson in as their center. Now, this is their best pressing unit. This is their quickness. Robinson in the backcourt with Pack, Drexler and Ainge, and then Kersey in the back of the press.
This is one quick team Portland has on the court right now. Mitchell cuts through. Kersey switches over to Murphy. West lets it fly, doesn't get it. The follow, no, by Mitchell, but we have a foul.
So you got to love it. You're a Wolves fan. You've got to love the effort tonight. Hey, they shoot and miss. They've been killing that offensive board. But we said that also at the top of the first quarter. They are averaging 17 a game. That is really a ton of offensive boards.
Mitchell at the line. So far this evening has 6 points to go along with 8 rebounds. This is the man along with Phelps Spencer last year led the league in fouls committed.
When you're only 6'7", at his size and playing power forward in this league, I think you get posted up a few
times, exactly. Well, the Columbus, Georgia native gets them both, and the Wolves lead it by 17 again with 2:22 showing on the clock here in the third quarter.
Porter running a lot of baseline screening.
Age for 3 doesn't get it. Murphy battles Kersey for the rebound. Ball belongs to Portland and a new 24. Todd Murphy did a number of pushing around bodies.
That's a standoff. Murphy versus Cliff Robinson. They're about the same size.
Age out front. Drexler now being hounded a little bit more by West. Ball tipped out. Ball belongs to Minnesota. Kersey says, I didn't touch it. They did. Rick Adelman doesn't like it.
That was off of Mitchell, who made a terrific defensive play.
Minnesota quickly down over the timeline.
Pick and roll.
West trying to pick 2 players. Murphy trying to pick 2 players for West.
You have to do something with it, big fella.
Clock at 5. He can't get the handle on it. Drexler leads the break. It's 2 on 4. He'll pull up with the 3, and he drains it.
Is he on a crusade here tonight or what?
Christmas.
He's looking for him. Oh, 20-second timeout. Nice ball, except that they might have been able to get it to the side and up on the opposite side of the flag.
83-69 is our score with 1:30. Let's go to Atlanta for some bonus coverage. Here's Ernie Johnson. EJ?
Thank you very much, Ron Thulin. We've got bonus coverage to bring you from the Meadowlands Arena. They're tied up. The Bullets in the nets with 24 ticks to play. They are tied. Let's turn it over to Mel Proctor and Phil Chenier.
Going to their offense about 6 or 7 seconds. Laylock again overplaying Michael Adams to his right. He goes right, but forced way off the play. Stewart with a fake, the drive, and a shot blocked by Sam Bowie. Here come the Nets trying to win it. 2 seconds left. Blaylock out to Addison. He can't get off a shot, and we're going to overtime. The Nets had no timeouts left, so they had to...
101 as they go to overtime at Meadowlands Arena. The Nets have lost 5 straight. The Bullets trying to make it 2 wins in a row. Now, back to the Target Center, Ron Thulin.
Well, that was an interesting play, Ernie and Hubie. Nobody shot it there at the end, despite the fact they had 4 seconds. Our score, 83-69, 129, is Clyde Drexler leading the comeback, 31 points. Glass loses the handle. And into the crowd goes Kersey.
Whenever you are going against a pressing and trapping team, you must punish them once you get the ball over half court. How about that stat? Drexler with 31, the rest of the team with 38. You must take the ball to the basket.
Shot on the way, nothing but net. Glass now with 13. The lead is back to 16, nearing the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. It was a 6-point game at halftime. Minnesota on top. We've got an offensive foul on Portland.
I tell you, Rick is going to reach out and grab Tommy Nunes and strangle him. Oh, that's the 3rd offensive foul.
That's Robinson's 4th.
Brooksy is doing a nice job against this trapping. Pack is very, very tough. They love his quickness of foot and also that he has the ability to dive at you and make the steal.
By the time Brooks gave the ball up, there was 10 on the shot clock. But when you drain shots like that, it doesn't really matter.
How about the bench tonight? West and Glass off the bench.
Drexler now 11 of 16. Give him 33 for the ball game. 17 in the third quarter. 16-point Minnesota advantage. That's the game clock, lower right-hand portion of your screen. About an 18-second difference between the game and the shot. Shot down at 3. Mitchell throws up a wild shot. Murphy can't get a handle on it. Portland will have the last shot of the quarter. Here comes Drexler. Great pass to Kersey.
Oh, boy. Oh, they call an offensive foul.
Oh, my.
And Murphy, he took that one because he is right in the line, our line to the basket that time. He ran right in front of Drexler. He forced Drexler to make the pass and then took the charge. And it's not underneath the rim. If it was underneath the rim, you probably wouldn't get it. Now, just watch this. Now, watch how they take that. Boom. Great call.
Back to live action. Inside with 4 seconds left. Portland comes down with the loose ball. Ainge has Drexler. He lets it fly. Doesn't get it. What a third quarter for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They add 35 points onto their lead, and they lead it now by 16, 87-71. Quarter number 4 upcoming.
Around 1900, GMC Truck built America's first gasoline-powered truck and went on to make trucks our only business. A heritage of trucks that, some say, worked a little harder, lasted a little longer. And that's still true today in a truck that gives you the most standard payload and the strongest resale of any full-size pickup. Sierra, from GMC Truck, more proof of the strength of experience.
It happens every morning in London, Paris, and Madrid. Just as the city starts to stir. In Munich, Manchester, Zurich, and Brussels, just as the business day begins. In Glasgow, Stockholm, Frankfurt, and Milan, as the new day arrives, so do we. American Airlines, with more non-stops to more of Europe than any other airline. Over 200 flights a week to 11 European cities in 9 different countries. So fly the one airline with more non-stops to more of Europe than anyone. American Airlines. Something special to Europe.
Wow, you looked scarier 25 years ago.
Did I?
You looked scared.
I don't know. I thought I hit it well for an innocent girl.
You were innocent for the 60s.
Any regrets?
You?
Just one.
What?
That I waited 25 years to give you this.
The 25th anniversary diamond, a brilliant celebration of the loving marriage.
I've got goosebumps.
Well, you've given me goosebumps for 25 years.
Portland came into Minnesota riding a 3-game win streak. They were demolishing opponents, but right now it's Minnesota doing the demolishing. They lead it by 16, 87-71.
Now, we look at the first quarter and the third quarter, 30 and 35. You're talking about a team that only has averaged 92 points a game in their first 6. Portland is just struggling. They were 8 for 29 in shooting in the third quarter, plus they missed all of the foul shots. Now, how about this for bench scoring? Minnesota 40, Portland 7. Now, if we were to trade right now in the open market, talent versus talent, I think you would have a hard time here now. A lot of people wouldn't make too many trades.
And Glass gets the easy 2, another bench point.
They're doing a nice job carving up the zone press. They're really doing a terrific job.
Glass now with 17. That ties his season high, and the lead is back to 18. Pack will let it fly. He'll be short right into the hands of Brooks. He's got a hold, and that will be against Minnesota.
Yeah, there was Mitchell over the back that time. But you see, we said early that they play with such small forwards. You know, the guys are not big at all. And you have Mitchell at 6'7" at big forward, and Glass is in there now at 6'5", but he's matched up with Ainge, which is pretty good.
Murphy comes out on Ainge. Danny lets the 3 fly, and he buries it.
Anytime you switch, and that's what they did, you do not want to get a big guy on a 3-point shooter, and that's exactly what happened there. Ainge took him right behind the 3-point line.
That was Ainge's 8th 3-pointer of the year. First 3 of the game. Only 3 Blazers scored in that third quarter. West to Mitchell with the right hand, doesn't get it. Ainge with the save. He has Porter. Pull up.
come right back at him. Come right back at him. Make them pay for that.
Brooks will try to dish it off to Mitchell, throws it away, but it hit off a Blazer foot. Minnesota has it with 17 on the shot clock.
I would have liked to have seen little Brooksy take that one that time because he had his shoulder ahead. Now you just watch this. See, take it down and go for the shot, but take it up with the left hand. Don't try to force the action.
Glass with Ainge on hit. Pat giving Brooks a lot of room out front. Glass over Ainge in and out. Outlet to Porter, back on the right. Ainge is spotting up, inside to Porter instead, and he gets the two.
That was a beautiful pass.
His first field goal of the second half for Terry Porter.
Remember we said now, we have a dynamite scoring team in Portland. You know they're tough defensively. You're up uncharacteristically by 13 in this last quarter. Now, you cannot fall asleep and have bad shot selection.
Glass takes it in strong as Stu Richardson and also Tony Campbell will come back in the T-Wolves lineup. West will sit down. He gets a nice round of applause, a well-deserved one.
They did a remarkable job. West and Brooks and Glass, they have played extremely well all night long.
Fouls on Danny Ainge. That is his first personal foul. Glass goes to the line. Here's what Minnesota did coming into tonight. Notice the field goal percentage.
That's not the team that we're seeing for 3 quarters.
No.
Now, Jimmy Rogers said they always have one bad quarter. We have not seen it tonight, and that's why we said at the top, when you play this up-tempo style, you know, can they keep it up for the 48 minutes?
Calls it their clinker quarter. Kersey just parked underneath, misses the easy bunny shot, but he gets the rebound and the return.
Sitting in the stands here right now, you're getting nervous.
Man, you're getting nervous.
The lead is 12.
Good move by Rick. He's come with all of his quick people, and they're crushing you all over the place. Yeah, they're trading baskets with you. But all of a sudden now, Portland is getting easier shot opportunities.
Biggest lead in this game is 21. Richardson lets it fly with 1 on the shot clock, and that is a foul by a rookie that Rick Adelman just does not like, obviously. The shot clock had 2 on it. Well, it was on Kersey. It wasn't on Pack. It's Kersey's third. Jimmy Rogers goes to his bench again as Tyrone Corbin comes back into the lineup for the T-Wolves, or will come back in. Jerome Pooh Richardson got his nickname Pooh from his grandmother, believe it or not, from Winnie the Pooh. As Glass gets a nice round of applause, he sits down.
Now, Jimmy Rogers has come back with his starting unit, except for the center position. He's leaving Murphy in there because Spencer and Brewer both have 4 fouls.
Boy, Pack blows by everyone. What a move by the rookie.
Did he elevate?
Wow. My goodness. Nickname him Rocket. Jimmy Rogers wants a timeout, and a good one at that. 9:21 left to be played, and the lead is down to 11. We'll be back.
This week on TNT Centennial Sunday, a madman senseless killing ends. A new era of promise begins, and the birth of the American cowboy. Centennial continues, Sunday at 2 p.m. on TNT.
This Christmas, Tandy Computers, some of the best-selling PC compatibles in America, are on sale at Radio Shack. 4 complete systems with color monitors start at just $599.90. All come with 24 unique home organizer programs. The more powerful RLX system is the perfect home office machine. And with hard drive, it's just $1199.95. The Tandy 1000 family of computers. So easy to use, we guarantee success.
Radio Shack, America's technology store. Ford trucks, the best ever read. Ford trucks.
Listen, someone in the truck should be just as comfortable as someone in the car. So our newly designed 92 Ford full-size pickup has a totally new interior. And they're the only full-size pickups that offer power lumbar seats. Sure, we build tough trucks, but we also build in a lot of comfort.
More people are driving the best-built, best-selling American trucks than ever before.
Be careful with your lives. There are too many people in this boat.
Who will stay and who will go? Tyrone Power decides. Abandoned ship. After the NBA on TNT.
Now let's take a look at tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Offensive rebounds even. Front court points. Minnesota overwhelming over Portland, 50-19.
We said that has been the difference in this ball game, the great play, but offensive rebounding, they have really come to life. Now, we're sorry to say, but TNT always tough defensively. Look at this. Come on now. We stopped the Wolves in a slam dunk. Right? Come on now.
We stopped defensively?
That's right.
That's great. Oh. 9 kick left. 11-point lead by Minnesota, led by as many as 21 in the ballgame. Richardson has to force it up, doesn't get it. Murphy trying to get some position underneath to no avail. Pack to Porter to the hole. Count it.
Now, this unit for the Wolves out on the floor. Since they've been out here, they have not had a good shot. A low percentage shot on every release. Everything is one-on-one. They're not making it happen.
Good example right there. Mitchell can't find the handle. Here comes Porter and Felton nice quickly off the bench. Pack can't get the layup. Porter touches it last. They're going to check. Nope, they say that Minnesota touched it last.
Big miss. Big miss that time. Pack came up on the other side. You know, you're going to see this replay. Now, as Pack comes up on the other side, the defensive guy lays off. But you see, he just doesn't give it enough height to hit that box and drop inside.
Could have used some height from the dunk and maybe equal it out. Pack sits down. Drexler comes in. Drexler patted the rookie on the backside, so don't worry about it.
Now, you got to push. You must push. This unit has got to get some energy like they came out in that first quarter.
The lead is 9. 16 turnovers now for Portland. One above their season average. The crowd very tense at this point. 19,000 plus. Mitchell backs in, and he doesn't get it, but that'll be an offensive foul.
Now, that's a power forward being defended by Danny Ainge. Great defense by Danny. From behind, and he couldn't score because he doesn't have a game and it's back to the basket.
Right.
If they're going to have Ainge on your power forward, this guy must post up Ainge and score.
Well, that hurt. 9-point lead. Blazers gradually chipping away. No sense of urgency yet.
This is smart. Right here, one-on-one Drexler.
That's a gimme.
Yeah, well, you got a big forward out there, and he's nervous that he's going to go by him, so he gives him that 17-foot shot. Remember we said a long time ago, they were down 18, and there was still 10 minutes to go, and you know they're never out of it. Why? Because they're an excellent defensive team, and somebody's just got to wake them up.
Clyde has hit his last 5 shots. He has 35 points, and that is 4 above his season high, so he's got a new season mark. Once again, not a very good shot. Richardson tries to track it down, and Drexler's whistled for the foul, and that'll be his 5th.
Yeah, good hustle by Drexler. Now, this is a decision now. You have 7:20 to go. Now, does Rick take him out? You're going to say it's a great effort by Drexler right here. Now, you're saying that's his 5th. That's the decision. Now, Rick Adelman has left him in the game. He's going to call a timeout. He's going to talk to Drexler. But this is the only guy on this team that he allows to play in pressure situation with long minutes left with 5 fouls. He's done it in the playoffs on many occasions.
Ford trucks, the best never ends. Ford trucks.
This year, we're introducing more new ideas than any other truck company. A newly designed Ford full-size pickup. All new full-size vans. And don't forget our phenomenal new success story, Explorer. Now, the word truck has been redefined. Who redefined it? Ford.
More people are driving the best-built, best-selling American trucks than ever before.
When I was a boy, we only ate chicken on Sunday. Now people want to eat chicken every day. So Wendy's has a lot of different chicken sandwiches.
Like our chicken parmesan, a whole breast of chicken, mozzarella cheese, and a rich tomato sauce. Now that's Italian.
My daughter Wendy said, Dad, chickens are happening. Chickens are happening. Kids.
Come in today for the special taste of our chicken parmesan, only at Wendy's.
Wear an attitude, whatever attitude you're wearing.
The last Portland lead was 46-44 back in the second quarter. They have trailed by as many as 21, but now the lead is down to 7 at 91-84 with 7:20 showing on the clock. Drexler will sit down.
See, everything depends upon how he's feeling. Maybe he just wants to give him a little blow right now. But they always talk it over. And many nights, especially in playoff games, he would stay out there right now. Totally surprising you. And he has really a keen ability to stay out of that sixth foul.
They are howling in Minnesota. We have a foul. That'll be on Robinson. That'll be his fifth.
Now, we want to remind you, last year, Portland defeated Minnesota 4-0. They're 30-1 against expansion teams. So you know that they came in lethargic early, and they're trying to play this a one-quarter basketball game, man.
Portland 6 of 10 here in the quarter after 8 of 29 in the third quarter. Booth pulls the trigger, doesn't get it. Look up. Here comes Porter. Richardson gets a hand on it, makes the save. Campbell is hit hard by Kersey. They're going to jump it up.
Yeah, the fans want a loose ball foul on Jerome Kersey. They thought that he threw a cross-body block. You know, and I'm Jimmy Rogers. I'd be up complaining on that call all night long. But hey, when you have a young team and you have an expansion team, you never get that call. Now just watch this. Now you're going to see. All right, now once it came off the right, there's your body block. See, and that's what they were looking for. Loose ball foul.
Good hustle by Pooh Richardson. 7-point Minnesota lead. Corbin tries to go around, doesn't get it. That is his fourth personal foul.
If they're going to play the two post guys up at the top of the circle, all you have to do is front them on the strong side where the basketball is, and that way they cannot make that straight-in pass.
Back in the ball game for Portland. Porter dishes off inside. Robinson, he is hammered. And that'll be on Spencer. That is 5 on the big guy.
It's all right. You cannot allow him to score that layup. You must go for the shot. If you get the block, great. If not, foul him and foul him hard and make him go to the foul line and make the shot.
Robinson now 2 of 3 from the line, 67%. He has 4 points to go along with 5 rebounds. Shot 65% last year from the line. He rolls this one over the top. A little pressure again by Portland.
I give Rick a lot of credit. He has stayed with this small unit. He just keeps shuffling all of his athletes, and he's keeping these big people out of the game.
The lead is 5. Minnesota has been scoreless the last 3 minutes of the contest. Spencer to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. That's the 4th one. Pooh had the force up. Doesn't get it. Rebound into the hands of Buck Williams. The fans really restless at the Target Center. Top to Porter. Robinson working on Mitchell. Mitchell bumped off the play. Rebound by Spencer.
Nice. Yeah, push. You have to push. You just cannot keep. There you go.
And I think Pat went up through the basket to block that away.
And it'll be interesting because they should call goaltending.
They should call goaltending.
That's absolutely right.
And they're not going to call goaltending.
No, they're not. They're going to just take a look at this basket now. As that ball goes up, he gets fouled. Yes. Oh, he did. That was his hand.
He came on the other side.
Yeah, we thought that we had Pat coming up underneath. The Minnesota must continue to push the ball on every Portland miss or turnover. You need easy baskets. You are a young team, and you cannot say that you're going to beat Portland in a half-court game in the last 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
Mitchell, 8 points, 8 rebounds. He is now 4 of 5 from the line. That was his first miss. So Minnesota finally breaks that scoreless streak. The lead, however, is down to 6 with 5:40 left to be played. Porter on Campbell. Kersey setting the fifth. Kersey rolls off. Nobody really picks him up. We're getting a battle of whistles now. Blue Richardson's second personal foul. Kevin Duckworth up off Portland's bench. Pack at the line. And he gets it. I'd like to remind you, tomorrow on TBS, our sister stations, SEC football, the Auburn Tigers versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Bob Neal, Tim Foley, all the action, 12:35 on TBS.
Now, it's an interesting substitution. Minnesota has taken out Dalton Spencer and brought in West. They're trying to go quickness with quickness. The guy on the line has done a terrific defensive job on the point guard to Richardson since Richardson has come back into this game in the fourth quarter.
5-point lead nearing the 5-minute mark. Corbin to Mitchell inside. The right-hander goes down. Quickly packed down court. He'll throw it up. He's got it again.
They were happy that they scored, Ron. They were happy. They did not hustle back, and Pack made that happen.
That's the second time the rookie from Southern Cal has done that. The lead is 5 inside of 5 minutes. Clearing it out for Poole. Corbin's pull up 17. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
This was this poor shooting team that were complaining about shots. Yeah. If these have been the shots that they've been getting, you're supposed to make these shots.
That's right. That's what Jimmy Rogers said. He goes, we were missing 15-footers. Now Murphy has to switch on Porter. They go with the double team. Shot clock at 8. Pack sees a little open again, and the rookie is putting on a show.
I tell you, this young man, he is really going to make it happen. Like Rick told us today, he has such confidence. He thought he could make this team from the very first day of practice. Not bad for a guy who was a free agent who you picked up. He was the MVP in the L.A. Summer League.
Corbin lets it go, doesn't get it. Porter with the rebound. Pack with 7 points in the fourth quarter.
Now, you got to get back there, Timberwolves.
Kick it back out to the rookie. He'll let it go for 3. It goes 2-point range. But Kersey comes up with it. Rick Allen wants a timeout.
See, that was smart. Good timeout because it was an air ball, and there are only 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Rick said, I'll call one now and set up a play.
Ford Taurus, the pattern other car companies have drawn on for inspiration. Well, this year, we've given them even more inspiration with a more aerodynamic design, an interior that's more intelligent, and features like a standard driver's and available passenger's airbag. Once again, we've sent the competition back to the drawing board. Have you noticed a pattern developing here? Have you driven a Ford lately?
How bad do you want it?
You've got to want a good education.
How bad do you want it?
Oh, that's one thing that you really need.
How bad do you want it? Not bad enough.
If you give it 100% every day, you're going to come out on top.
If you want it bad enough, and you're willing to make the sacrifices to get there, you can get there.
Stay in school. It's your best move.
The Allstate agent who helps insure your car can give you a hand with a plan for life insurance. Your Allstate agent wants to be your agent for life. Allstate Life. Financial strength you can count on.
Hey, you haven't got time to wait. So if you want your problems fixed fast...
Just ask Ace.
Yeah.
This quality Ace cordless drill is a Best Buy at only $32.88 with a rechargeable battery that also fits other Ace cordless tools.
When help is what you need and you want it done now, ask Ace.
Now we're going to give you a penetration on the baseline, a beautiful bounce pass in to the post-up player. Now watch the score by Minnesota. But what we want to emphasize is how quickly Portland gets the ball inbounds to Pack. And here comes Pack. See, he catches guys running backwards and then challenges and takes it right to the hole. He might have even had a three-point play there because he was definitely bumped. Now, the thing that you do not want to do as a defensive player, you never want to run backwards going down the floor. Now, we want to show you this. Neither team has a foul to give. Both teams are shooting the penalty. Now, the Blazers have the 2 full and have 120.
Portland has outscored Minnesota 22-9 so far in the fourth, 23-9 as Porter hits another three, his second.
What did we tell you about him? He always looks for the three with the shot clock down. You must get up on top of him. He is famous for that.
The lead is 2. It was 16 at the end of 3.
Now comes half-court offense. Now, you've got to come up here and put bodies on people. Make it happen.
Corbin using the left hand on Drexler. The shot won't go down. Tip. We've got a loose ball, and that'll be against Minnesota.
See, the big difference in this quarter, Ron, is any time that Minnesota misses, there are no second shot attempts. First half, we said give them their due. They had 14 offensive rebounds. Second half, they're just not getting it done in that area.
The foul was on Doug West. I didn't think he was even in that pile. That's his third. I thought it was on Corbin. We'll go down the other end and shoot it with Buck Williams.
Now, Buck has never been a real big foul shooter. He's shooting 69 right now. And it'll be just like Buck to step up there and make these two and tie this game.
Knock them both down. A versatile player, missed only 23 games in his 10-year career. And he ties it up.
A terrific guy to have on your side because he's nothing but class and excellent for you in the locker room.
First tie since we were knotted up at 46 back in the second quarter. 3 minutes left to be played in this ball game, knotted up at 96 apiece. A lot of standing around now by Minnesota.
Oh, boy,
they bought a break. They bought a break.
Yeah, see, Buck is laughing right now. Why? He has been an all-defensive first-team player for the last 2 years, 90 and 91. First-team all-defense. You know, you're not accustomed to having that called on you because a lot of these guys who play the big forward position play one hand denying the pass and the other around your waist.
That's right. That's right. And also the fact that Buck Williams doesn't have the big numbers of a lot of all-defensive teams. Todd Murphy misses the first.
Well, that's his first free throw attempt of the season.
Palmer steps up and drains the second. 1-point advantage inside of 3 minutes.
Now they get the ball to Drexler. And now watch out for a double screen on the right side. There he is right there.
Porter dishes off inside. What a pass and what a play by Kersey.
Well, that's their favorite play. They give the ball to Drexler at the top, and then they run a staggered screen on the baseline for Porter.
Portland's first lead since 46-44 in the second. They have come from 21 points down.
Well, you're seeing a perfect example in this league of a great veteran team that can play defense, and they've been in this situation so many times in big games that they can execute.
That was an ugly shot, but Sam drains it again. Mitchell.
I'm happy for him.
I am too.
He's playing a solid game tonight.
He has 13 for the ball game. Drexler, the one-man show, has to give it up. He's lucky. They let his back turn.
They were lucky that time. That was a bad pass by Drexler. They lucked out because Sam Mitchell was looking at Buck Williams rather than at the ball.
Mitchell loses the handle, but Pooh Richardson picks it up, calls a timeout.
Now Mitchell, Ron, was looking for a foul. Now, you're not going to get that. That little incidental body contact out in the middle of the floor. You just got one on Buck Williams down underneath. That was a major break for your team.
You mentioned Clyde Drexler got away with a bad pass because Sam Mitchell's back was turned. You'll be able to see it.
See, he just couldn't get to it. Now, it's a real sweet move by Buck. Now, Buck can take you either way. He can go with the right-handed hook or the left-handed hook. Good defense here by Corbin on Drexler. Nice move by Buck, sending it home.
The left hand goes down, and that is where we are now, 100-99. The Blazers by 1. We'd like to remind you, coming up immediately following our game tonight, it'll be Inside the NBA with your host, one of the great men, Fred Hickman. That'll be coming up next, right after the Blazers in Minnesota. Inside the huddle, everybody drawing plays.
Now, for Jimmy Rogers, he said, the toughest thing is for him to be is, who is our go-to guy? Well, up until now, the exhibitions and the 6 games, They just have not established that go-to person. Now, when you say, what are the qualifications? Not only does the guy need the ability to be able to score when he's open, but if there is nothing out of the offense, he must be able to take you off the dribble, create something, get a shot for himself, and in the bottom line with the red flare pen, get fouled.
Once again, Portland has only lost one game to an expansion team. That was over a year ago, and it was to Minnesota. And believe it or not, that was in Portland.
Now, Jimmy Rogers is telling his guys right now, you must understand that you are going to be bumped. We probably will not get a call in this situation. So when you go strong. If we shoot and miss, no crying, no complaining. Get back in your transition defense.
16 on the shot clock. 1:40 on the game clock. The rookie out of Southern Cal on Richardson. Drexler on Mitchell.
5 seconds here.
West puts it up over Porter.
Yes. Big shot. Porter could not have played him any better. That was excellent defense. Just a terrific shot by West.
Good D by Terry. He was all over him.
Now remember, both teams are shooting the penalty. Portland has 2 timeouts. Minnesota 3. Watch the three-point shot there.
Porter takes it in strong, has it blocked right into the hands of Percy, another 24. Drexler for 3, doesn't get it. And Pat comes out with the rebound. He puts it up. He's got it.
When people launch a 3, invariably the ball will always rebound out to the foul line.
We saw it happen in the first half. 1 point, Portland lead inside of a minute. Murphy goes down hard.
See, Porter's all upset. It was a solid screen set by Murphy to free West up, coming on the right side. Now we're going to show you this replay. Porter's all upset because he feels that he did not foul. Now watch the screen to the right. Well, you can see right there, Porter's put the forearm right into Murphy. A little acting job by Murphy, no doubt about it.
1 of 2, make it 2 of 3. We are tied up at 102.
Now remember, this guy has not shot a free throw until his last 30 seconds of this game.
And he doesn't get the second, so we will go to the last 47 seconds, beginning with a timeout by Portland. The game is tied at 102. Now Rick Adelman says he wants a 20-second timeout. He changes it, quickly goes to the 20.
Well, I'll tell you why he did that. I think he did it for this reason. Because they started to advance the basketball. See, he's asking right now, were we advancing the basketball? All right, if they called, if the referees felt that they were advancing the basketball, then he did not want to use the timeout because they would still have it in the backcourt. Use the 20-second because you're going to get it on the side.
Well, the whole time during the 20-second timeout, he was talking to the officials, and now he only has a couple of seconds, really, to talk to his team.
Yeah, but he knows what he wants to run here right now. So that's not a problem there. You have a tie game. Portland with 2 timeouts. Minnesota with 2.
And now Minnesota wants a full timeout. 47.0 on the clock. We are knotted up at 102. Don't turn the dial yet. This isn't over.
Back. This time we get him. STP gas treatment. Cleans intake valves and fuel injectors to help engines run better. STP, the edge.
This Christmas, get outstanding performance with the Tandy 2500 SX20 computer at Radio Shack. With 85 meg hard drive, store volumes of information. The super-fast 386SX microprocessor operates at 20 megahertz. With America Online, Prodigy, MS-DOS 5.0, desk-made and built-in modem, it's our most powerful PC for the home. Great for the office, too. Tandy quality and value for just $12.99.
Radio Shack, America's technology store.
The Allstate agent who helps insure your home can give you a hand with a plan for life insurance. Life insurance. Your Allstate agent wants to be your agent for life. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Portland 2 full timeouts left. Minnesota 1. We are tied at 102 with 47 seconds. 22 on the shot clock. What do you do now? Do you take the quick shot or do you wait for the 22 to run down?
Now, a lot of guys will do this. A lot of guys will come up the floor quickly and say, look, we want a shot within the next 10 to 12 seconds. because if we shoot and they do get the ball back, they go down the other end. We're guaranteeing ourselves the last shot of the game with plenty of time on the clock. Now, other guys will come up and say, listen, I don't care about this 2-for-1 business. I want a good shot, preferably something, if we're going to the basket, that we might get fouled. Now, that's what he's saying. And then if the shot goes up, crash the offensive board. And remember, transition defense right now is the most important.
There is the man for Portland, Clyde Drexler. Had 16 in the first half, 35 now for the game, and here we come with Pack. He is 5 of 8 from the floor, 11 points, 9 in the fourth.
Now they're looking down inside, and they screened away from what now. They're going to clear out and give Drexler a one-on-one.
Drexler on Campbell. Campbell throwing it away.
5 seconds, plenty of time. Pack, the rookie, he's got it! What a job he's doing. He is doing a terrific job.
There is a 2-second difference between the shot and the game clock.
Jimmy Rogers, he's not calling time. He had his play. He talked to his ball club.
Shot clock at 9. This could be it. And fittingly, the rookie will take it in because he has been the difference in the fourth quarter.
Tough call. See, right now, Jimmy Rogers is going to the referee. Where is the foul call? Where is the foul call? Now, this is what we talked about before at the last timeout. You're not going to get the foul. You're a young basketball team. No respect. That's Buck Williams. You were stripped by a rookie, except for one thing. When you play the quality teams in this league, you cannot expect the call. And they bumped him. Buck Williams bumped him, and then he was stripped, and then the outlet pass to Pack, and it's only fitting that this young man should end it with a basket here. Now, Jimmy Rogers, you're looking at it, you have 6.4 seconds to go. You are down 4 points. Now, you say to yourself, well, we have a timeout. We have got to score quickly, throw on the full court press, do not allow them to inbound the ball, force them to call a timeout. The big thing now is everybody, we've got to score quickly, deny the inbound pass because foolish things have happened before, Ron. A guy panics, tries to get the ball in too quickly and passes it right to your defense.
How about this, UB? Pack is 7 of 10 from the floor, 13 in the fourth quarter, 15 for the game. That is his NBA career high. But more importantly, he has scored the last 6 points for Portland. And this is a rookie that's a free agent, we might want to remind you.
Yeah, but let's underline the point that I brought up with about 3 minutes to go. Since Pooh Richardson has come into this game in the last quarter, Pack has shut him down. Pooh Richardson has not even scored in this period of time. He has done an excellent job on him. Now, anytime you have a player of Drexler's caliber, you always move him to that small forward position. You play with 2 guards. Now, usually it's Danny Ainge in there with Porter, but not tonight. Pack is really stepping forward and showing the coaching staff at Portland not only what he can do offensively, but defensively.
Talk about how the job he's done on Pooh Richardson. Pooh is 0 for 3 in the fourth. There's a 3-pointer on the way, and that'll just about do it. Portland will go 4 straight as the whistle sounds, and that is it. An excellent effort by Minnesota. And we've got a little pushing and shoving going on, but we're going to separate them.
No, they're going to call it. They call the foul. Yeah, they're going to shoot the shot at the other end.
Free throw. Kersey, they're going to say there was a 1/10 of a second left on the clock. So it's just elementary whether it'll be 108, 102, or 106, 102. Let's see what happened again in the last 1/10 of a second.
See, you have an option. There's a foul. I mean, they have right in front of us, and there should be 1 second on the clock. I don't know what they'll do here with the clock. They're letting it go, and they're letting him shoot the foul shots right now. It's interesting that they went for a 3, Ron, because they went for a 3 hoping that they would get fouled. I was kind of surprised about that because the one thing you're not going to do is foul. I know it's happened before, but the odds of that happening are maybe 1 in 1,000. Right. Now, what you try to do also is score the quick basket and then allow your defense. You got to have some faith in your defense that you might get the inbounds pass or force them to call a timeout and then maybe steal it again.
Now, Portland outscores Minnesota 36-15 in the fourth quarter, and they go on to win it. It's their 4th straight, the final 107-102. Let's go to our studios in Atlanta with Ernie Johnson.
Thank you, Ron and Hubie. I tell you what, folks, Portland just never gets rattled. The guys just fall behind by a huge margin in the third period, just keep on plugging. They come back to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Target Center. All the highlights of all 9 games on the slate tonight coming your way on Inside the NBA with Fred Hickman. We invite you to stay tuned for that. Our finishing touch here on TNT, however, tonight, we take you to the Palace for the bizarre goings-on. You see John Stockton and Dennis Rodman all tangled up as Rodman set the pick. Jerry Sloan came on the court. Chuck Daly came on the court. Eventually, they restored order. Dennis Rodman went to the line, but the excitement was far from over because he nails it, turns around, points right at Jerry Sloan. Sloan blows him a kiss. What shenanigans at the Palace tonight? Rodman gets the heave-ho for taunting. Assistant coach Brendan Suhr of Detroit, he also gets kicked out for arguing. Through it all, Detroit still has the lead as there are just a couple of ticks left in that game, 123-115. Detroit with the lead over Utah as they play late in the fourth period. And once again, we remind you that Inside the NBA with Fred Hickman comes your way next. In case you missed it, debuts tonight. Also a feature on Sedale Threet, and of course, Fred with so many highlights, you will be begging him to stop. Here on TNT tonight, you saw the Portland Trailblazers beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 107-102. Coming your way next, the Bud player of the game as we send you back to the Target Center after this. Good night.
Reinvention of the Ford Escort added a new level of design and performance to small cars. And now, we've added a new, more sophisticated Ford Escort. Introducing the new 4-door Ford Escort LX sedan, a car designed to offer exceptional value and quality, and even the power of the GT, but with a style all its own. Have you wanted a style all your own? Have you driven a Ford lately?
Looking good, you want Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down. Well, you can taste it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. Everything else is just a lie. Just keep your Bud Light started out.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by Bud Light, because everything else is just a light. And by Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Once again, our final, Portland wins at the final 107-102. And I tell you what, Hubie, we saw tonight a rookie really take control of the game in the fourth quarter, and also Clyde Drexler, a veteran for Portland.
A great defensive move by Rick. Went to the small lineup, stayed with it the entire fourth quarter. It panned out for him. Hey, they were 14 for 22 from the field, did an outstanding job in that quarter, and the quickness factor was it. The defense was always there.
Clyde Drexler led Portland tonight with 35 points. What a game he had, including 16 in that first half. Kersey was 17 points. Porter with 6 assists. And for Minnesota, leading the way tonight was West. He had 19 points. Corbin with 10. Pooh Richardson with 6 assists. And our Budweiser player of the game tonight, no question about it, the rookie from Southern Cal, Robert Peck, 15 points, 13 in the fourth quarter, 7 of 10 from the field. He is our Budweiser player of the game. Be sure to stay with TNT. NBA action continues your way Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, as the New York Knicks take on the Houston Rockets. And we still have basketball for you tonight. Coming up next on TNT, Inside the NBA with your host, Fred Hickman. Once again, the final score, Portland wins at 107-102. For Hubie Brown and our entire crew in Minneapolis, I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
If you don't take pride in yourself, pride in your job, pride in your health, pride in achievement, and pride in yourself. You can't have pride in America if you don't have pride in yourself.
Pride is an American institution. It has been sparked by the American dream and has fueled our country's progress. Just as important, it is the spirit that makes personal achievement possible. The American Chiropractic Association and your family doctor of chiropractic who specializes in treating disorders originating in the back and spine, remind you that America is only as strong as its people. Good health helps you work better, play better, and accomplish more. It gives you a more satisfying life. It gives you pride.
You can't have pride in America if you don't